Good morning, gearheads. Sure, Disney, ESPN, and Google are screwing you, but you know who never will? Blind Mike and the Blind Mike Project. Go to blindmike.net for all links to all shows and used athletic cups. On today's show, Jon Stewart tells it like it is. Bill Burr stays passive-aggressive. Whitney Cummings may be in Britney territory. Schaub and Callen in the existential dread of the fighter and the kid. And Steel Toe comes home a conquering hero from, let me check my notes, prison. What? All that and more. And now, here's your host, a man with nothing but a deep and profound respect from his producers. A man who supports his people no matter the cost. A leader amongst men. Blind Mike Geary.
It was jail, not prison. We gotta get our facts straight. It was only jail, which jail is really fun, as we're gonna find out later. So prison would be difficult, I think, but jail it's a blast.
He's a hero, Mike.
He is. It's very exciting. I want to start with something. This will be quick. I don't want to spend too much time on it. It'll be quick as long. The Dodgers won. Very exciting.
Yeah!
Let me start this show. All right.
Okay, go ahead. Now beat me up.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough segment. What I wanted to announce finally, because I've had control over this for 5 years, and I've gone too far with it, quite frankly. And I am today, November 2nd, 2025. Do I have that right?
That is correct.
Today's the day, gearheads, we can finally start making fun of Craig. I know that for 5 years, he's been the golden goose, and we all say, what is there to make fun of about this guy? And I'm going to say, even if you think he's great, and you think his glasses are really cool, and you think he always pays attention to the show, even when he's on it, and it seems like he's looking at his phone, or he forgets to upload the show. I've never commented on any of that stuff before. I've never commented on his proclivities off air or anything. I have coddled this guy for too long, and I'm saying, gearheads, the gloves are off. Start ribbing Craig, because I've treated this man with kid gloves, frankly. And also, I know since I'm your leader, and you guys really look up to me, you've never been able to come up with any criticisms of me before. You've never thought to call me a fat, blind idiot. You call me a liberal know-nothing when I talk about politics. That's never crossed your minds, but it's possible. If you believe, I'm sure you can think of something to make fun of me for. So today, if you guys could find it within yourselves, start criticizing Craig and I for the first time in your lives. All right. I'm curious to see what you guys have. In the comments, I want Craig criticisms. I want Blind Mike criticisms. And now we can move on to a man, you may know him as KC. I call him Double P, perfect producer.
Thank you.
Casey Day. How are you?
This is going good. A world championship.
Casey Day, a role model and a friend and a great man. Mm-hmm. My favorite person, Casey Day. Good to have you, buddy.
You're welcome. It's almost like you lost a bet as a Red Sox fan.
How's it feel?
It
a
feels
man
great.
I admire, a man, if you tried, why would you make fun of him ever? Because I believe he's above it. So Casey Day is my guy, and that's all I wanted to say. That's how I wanted to start the program. Was that good?
Mike, I appreciate it.
Good? Yeah.
Can I say it's about time? But I appreciate it.
Yeah. I understand. It's long overdue, and that's why I wanted to get it out of the way. Because I worry that people have been biting their tongue. And they're like, I don't know. I know he looks really hot in these red glasses, but I want to say something about Craig. I don't want to piss Mike off. And I said, you know what? Finally, it's time. You're allowed, guys. Don Fried Chicken. If you have anything to say about Craig, finally, I'm going to allow it. All right? How's that?
That's amazing. I didn't expect this. It's like an early birthday gift, Mike. Thank you so much.
You got it, buddy. For you, for my best pal, you got it, friend.
Oh, it's amazing. See, he hates me, people. I'm realizing that right now.
Not even a little. Well. I don't understand. What did I say that bothered you last week?
Well, it was more okay. So let's a little context in this. Craig worked for 3 weeks in a row, and he left right in the middle of one of your soliloquies. And I go, well, I can never do the show again. I can't repeat that magic. And so I took the opportunity to try to nail Craig down to do the goddamn show every week because that's the show I fell in love with. And now I'm doing it at 6 a.m.
Casey messaged me. Casey messaged me. I misunderstood his message or something. He goes, hey, anything Electra and I can do going forward? Any notes or something? He asked me criticisms or notes that I had or something. And I said, no, everything's been good. And he goes, I agree. Craig should do the show every week. And I was like, okay, that's not what I meant.
No, you said, hold on. You said, I said that, hey, any notes? Because, nothing is guaranteed and you got to win the day and a good producer checks in with his talent.
I was including whenever the last time you produced was.
I didn't realize
I was baited into a who's your favorite producer discussion.
Hold on. I go, hey, any notes? And you go, the last few weeks have been great. And I go, wow, well, the last few weeks were Craig. So I go, yeah, let's get Craig back. And you're like, wait, what's going on here? I'm like, you said
I had no notes. I can't think of anything.
I just want, the talent to be happy. And I care more about the show than me or my ego. So I check in because we don't talk. You don't call me. We don't go over NFL like I want to.
It's amazing. We don't go over NFL. There are some, I say this a lot with guys like John or Steel Toe or whoever. There are sometimes phrases or sentences or thoughts that are written that I'm always amazed as you're writing them. You're not like, oh, well, obviously I'm not going to, that's ridiculous. Because when you're writing, you have the time to take it back. And the one that stuck out to me was when Casey was like, I just feel like you're harder on me than Craig. And I'm not talking about the pedophile stuff. I was like, well, that's kind of a big one to leave out, is that we call him a pedophile every week. I feel like once we do that, we can lay off of Craig. He's earned his stripes.
Listen, I used to relate it to like a stuttering John substitute teacher situation where I'd come in and fill in for Craig. But everyone loves the substitute. It's more like I'm a scab referee in the NFL where I can't win. I'm going to make a call. Everyone's going to hate it because I'm not the real official. So my best hope is I'm ignored. So I have to check in with you.
Let's start seeing if anyone can think of anything negative about Craig. That's the theme of today's show. I want you super chat in, which I never ask for, but today I'm asking. Just send us your chats, free chat, comment, whatever. Let us know if you can think. Scour that brain of yours and see if you can think of anything negative about Craig. All right?
They're coming in, Mike.
Because that's what Casey wants.
Sorry, Craig. This is like one of those situations where you fuck up and everyone's doing push-ups. Sorry, Craig. How about Electra?
Let's start the show.
Electra doesn't usually bother me, which I appreciate. That's what makes her number one.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, go to blindmike.net. Well, you know what? More importantly, go to HACKRIDEstudios.com, my favorite website. A lot of great stuff there. I go and support them sometimes, but I say not enough. I'm going to start doing much more.
I agree with that.
As you should too. HackRideStudios.com. I tried to gift memberships the other day, and I was like, "Why is it off?" And then I realized it was a member video, so it didn't make any sense. So
yeah. Then he was out. It was like that Grandpa Simpson thing.
Then I left.
Hung his hat up and then took it back home.
That was so funny.
But go to HackRideStudios.com. Support these two because, kidding aside, they do a lot of work for the show. So pay it forward. Pay homage to them because without them and Craig, this show doesn't get up. So if you wonder why they're here, it's because I'd be sitting here talking to literally nobody if it wasn't for them. So thank you to HackRideStudios.com and verygoodshow.org if it still works. But support the boys that support this show. And then, less importantly, go to blindmike.net if you wouldn't mind. That's where all our links are. Support the show for free wherever you get podcasts. If you want to become a member, then you can do so on YouTube. Become a member on YouTube or Patreon. Right now, you can get Legion of Skanks, the history of the Legion of Skanks. That we're putting Why You Laughing back on Wednesdays, where it was before, because I feel like some people didn't even realize it was back. So I'm putting it back on the day it was so that everyone knows it's there now, and we're not touching it going forward. But the history of Legion of Skanks is the next episode. You can get that now if you're a member, or it'll be premiering Wednesday night on YouTube. everywhere else you get podcasts Thursday morning. And Craig and I, if it's okay with Casey, Craig and I will be watching Bryan Callen's special on Tuesday for members only. We might release that eventually, maybe when I'm away for Skankfest or Thanksgiving or something. So we'll release it to the public eventually, but it'll be members only on Tuesday. We'll talk about Bryan Callen later, but it's getting terrible reviews. So people have suggested that we have to watch it, and we will on Tuesday. So become a member, blindmike.net.
What's going on with the end of this Quincy thing, man?
Well, it's another, since we're criticizing Craig today, which I've never done before, but it's hard to nail him down on this stuff. So, we have 2 Quincy's left to watch. The one we haven't watched yet, the honeymoon episode, and the first ever episode, which I want to, I think even if you've never watched Quincy, you should check that one out because it's a fun one. We're going to rewatch the first episode and play the drinking game. I don't know when that is. Maybe there'll be holiday spectaculars, Thanksgiving and Christmas or something. If I can get Craig to commit.
Just throwing it out there. On the second episode of Barnaby Jones, William Shatner. Just throwing it out there.
So I think the only thing holding me back from doing that show is it's a similar premise to Quincy.
Premise,
and
yes,
I was thinking
but
maybe doing something totally different.
Well, yes, but that worked for you for years, so
it did.
Lock in another 4 years.
My thing is that, like, we're just going to be like, oh, it's kind of like that episode of Quincy. Remember where they did something similar? That's my only fear with that, but it's a good idea. It's a good suggestion.
I've watched both.
I take that back. It's a great suggestion. Maybe the best suggestion I've ever got.
Thank you. Why are you questioning it?
And now that I'm really thinking about it, what an awesome idea, man. Thank you so much. That was great.
Thank you. You're allowed to watch the Callen thing now. I will allow that.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. As long as you're cool with it. And if you think it's good, we won't criticize it or anything.
I have a criticism. A criticism?
Oh, what?
Your white wall is so bright. It's too early in the morning.
Is that right? I'm sorry. I'm going to hang. I finally
glaring.
got these stuff that I can hang my album.
Thank God.
So that should be happening soon.
Okay, let's do that soon.
Should darken it for you a little bit.
Good.
All right. Let's get enough of these hijinks and hilarity.
Okay.
I forget where we started. Oh, Jon Stewart talking about Rogan, right?
Yep, exactly.
This was a clip the great Dave Cullinane sent this to me yesterday, actually, and I very much enjoyed this. Not the first time Jon Stewart has gone out to defend the likes of Joe Rogan, but I do think ever since the election, the liberals have talked a lot about who is the next Joe Rogan. I mean, the most sane person from that side seems to be Jon Stewart. Like, when he talks about this stuff, it's actually like realistic. He approaches it in a measured, calm way for the most part. We talked about the stuff with Colbert. I thought he was off on that, but like Colbert's his boy. But for the most part, when he talked, like he defended Tony Hinchcliffe and he's defended Rogan before. I think he makes a lot of sense when he talks about these topics, even though more left-leaning liberal interviewers really want him to trash Rogan. So they always try to lead him there. They think, hey, maybe we'll have a Mark Maron interview. But Jon Stewart is not bitter and he's not promoting anything. So unfortunately, they didn't get out of him. Who is, I forget the gentleman's name. I think it's in the tweet I sent you. What's this guy's name? The interviewing Jon Stewart?
Shit, I have no idea. Hold on, let me check.
We'll play the clip and you can look it up.
Okay.
But
John, you've been on Rogan a couple of times?
Yes.
What did you think of that experience, being on Joe Rogan?
I enjoyed being on Rogan. I think he's an interesting interviewer. There are right-wing, weaponized commentators whose sole purpose is to manipulate things to the benefit of the Bannon Project or the Project 2025. Rogan's not that guy.
What is that guy? How would you describe
that guy
him?
is a curious comic who fell into this thing that got fucking enormous, maybe doesn't... has opinions all over the political spectrum, but has tendencies that people on the left does not fit the aesthetic. He's a hunter.
I mean, in fairness, he's had people on who are kind of Nazi curious. That's not good.
I've interviewed Kissinger. And he was carpet bomb curious. I don't know what to say.
Thank you, Jon Stewart. Jesus Christ. I've never understood. And he goes on later in the interview. If you're interested in this, you should check it out because it's longer than just this clip that we're playing. But he goes on to say, he said, I had Donald Rumsfeld on my show, and he goes, I lost more sleep over how I would approach that interview than he did the entire war. And we know what all that effort did is after it was done, he emailed me and said, hey, that was a lot of fun. So, like, Donald Rumsfeld didn't give a fuck. There's this idea now that interviews are going to change everything. Like, if Joe Rogan had Trump on, what he should have done is stop him from being Donald Trump. Joe Rogan doesn't have that power. I know he's got a lot of listeners, but, like, that it's just not realistic. There's this idea that if you talk to someone, you're for everything they stand for, that you need to push back and change them, where if Rogan had Kamala Harris on, and I just watched some Kamala clip where she's like, well, ultimately, I'm glad I didn't do Joe Rogan because he ended up voting for Trump. And it's like, well, what the fuck? What does that have to do with anything? Who gives a shit? The idea is Rogan would have given Harris the same interview he gave Trump. He's not a hold your feet to the fire guy. It would have been softballs. Now, there are some things where maybe he would have been harder on Harris just because of the nature of Joe Rogan's beliefs, but it wouldn't have been this intense Frost Nixon interview, you know?
Yeah, the guy's name is David Remnick.
Yes, I knew it was familiar, but it didn't stick in my memory.
Like, it's very easy to castigate those where we're like, but he had an opinion a few years back that's, corrosive.
But the difference is when he was carpet bomb curious, you didn't say, oh, yeah, that's awesome. And what happens with Rogan sometimes is he'll hear somebody that's on the dangerous end of the spectrum, and he'll just kind of soak it in.
And this is, I think this is a great point. And it's whoever job who thinks that information is dangerous to fight to get their point of view out there to counter what they think is misinformation. You can't just deputize people to say he should have known better and he should have prosecuted that point.
But the reality is, John, is that...
And I'll add to Jon Stewart's point, if that was Rogan's thing, like if he was an in-your-face gotcha type of interviewer, Trump probably wouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? Like he probably wouldn't get the amount of guests that he has if it was constantly owning them. Like if it was bringing up things that they said wrong and hammering them on it, Rogan probably wouldn't have the amount of guests that he has and the level of guests that he has because they don't want to go into that environment. But it's the same for everyone. It was the same when he had Bernie Sanders or Andrew Yang on. He didn't fucking hammer them on things he didn't agree with. It was just an open conversation. So, like, if you want that, Mark Maron, when you had the president on, why didn't you fucking grill Obama the way you want politicians to be grilled if you have to have them on? Or if Anthony Jeselnik has such a problem, start an interview show where you fucking get in these guys' faces and tell them what's wrong with what they're doing. I don't think you would get those guests is the issue. And, like, David Remnick doesn't have the audience that Joe Rogan has, and these guys are mad that they would do something else with that influence. You know, it would be like me getting mad at Abbott Elementary because that's not a show I want to watch. It's like, well, that's successful. Don't watch it. Don't participate in it. That's what I've done with that show. I'm like, why can't it be Seinfeld? It's like, well, because it's not. Different people are writing it, you know?
Yeah. It might be my job or the New York Times job or even your job, but I don't have the audience that Joe Rogan does.
Then get it.
Yeah,
then find
go get
people
it.
who do. Then go on that show. Then do those things. Like that is, it's not acceptable to just say, well, I don't like what he does. Then do it better. Beat them at their own game. It's not enough to just complain that guy got a platform and don't platform that guy. There's no one in this world right now that isn't platformed. And my biggest frustration, honestly, with a lot of scientists is they all go, RFK, oh, he's so fucked up. That's terrible information. Oh, okay. What's the information? Nothing. Where are they? Get out there. Fight.
That was my biggest problem during
John,
during COVID and stuff. My biggest problem was people were slamming Rogan for COVID talk and vaccine talk. And I listened to some of those episodes with Peter McCullough and Robert Malone, vaccinologists. He was talking to doctors, and people with my level of intelligence were like, why is Joe Rogan spreading misinformation? And it's like, I know about as well as you do is if it's misinformation, but he's talking to doctors about it. We're just fucking morons sitting in our basement yelling about it on the internet. So I think Jon Stewart makes such a great point, when he says, like, there's not a human being that isn't platformed right now. And if David Remnick wasn't so dug in on his opinions that he'd be willing to go on Joe Rogan. I don't know if David Remnick would get booked or not. Maybe now he would. But like if someone like that, if Mark Maron pushed to get on that show, and this is what I mentioned last week, and I think the best example is a comedian named Ronan Hirschberg, who I like and I think is a very funny guy. But he had a lot of jokes about Joe Rogan and Joe Rogan's shitty politics and how he should handle interviews and all the same stuff that David Remnick seems to feel. And Ronan was a guest on Joe Rogan, I want to say a year ago, maybe. Pushed back on none of Joe Rogan's points. Didn't bring anything up that he disagreed with Joe Rogan on. Just went in there to promote the special that he had and left. And then went back on Instagram and continued posting jokes that were about what a terrible guy Joe Rogan is. And would go on podcasts and talk about what a shithead Joe Rogan is. And when I lose respect when I see stuff like that, because I'm like, you had a chance. If you think Joe Rogan is so awful and doing all this stuff, you had a chance to appeal to him with that. And if he's guilty of what you say he's guilty of, which is a fair criticism that Rogan does do, if you think when Joe Rogan has guests on, he's guilty of just going, oh yeah, interesting, that's a good point, then you'd be able to get your point across untouched. You'd be able to get that across to him and just have Rogan stare back at you and go, oh, interesting. You know? So, like, that's my issue. And guys like Stavros and Dan Soder are guilty of that, too, where it's like, and it's what we talked about with Santino. It's where I think Schultz made a good point. People called Schultz a Rogan ass kisser, which I'm sure there's some of that going on where he wants Rogan's approval. But I thought he made a good point when he talked about Andrew Santino, where, like, be critical all you want of Joe Rogan. You should be critical. If you disagree with him, you should voice that if you feel strongly enough about it. But what you have to do when you're booked on that show is bring it up. You can't be guilty of what you're accusing him of and just go nod and go, yes, Joe, absolutely. When deep down you're simmering with anger because you disagree with him so much and you think he's a danger to society. So, like, all these people that are mad at Joe Rogan for being a danger, do something about it. And I think Jon Stewart makes the perfect point there.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike,
Yay, super chats.
we got some super chats.
Oh, that guy! I got a bone to pick with him.
Mm-hmm. All right, Electra, there you go.
Keith Richards, Liver, 69. Congrats to Justin Trudell on the Emma Stone movie.
I get it. Justin actually sent me an article about Stavros Halkias is in an Emma Stone movie, which I was perplexed by. But I mean, good for him. But Justin's upset that Stavros is a full-blown communist.
Yeah, I see him simping for that mayor guy in New York, like
Big
every
time.
other tweet.
Big time, yeah. But I say, if you listen to Come Down and you didn't know Stavros and Nick, and I think Adam as well, are basically socialists, I think you were missing a lot of what they were saying.
Socialists can be funny.
Sure.
There we go.
And Don Fried Chicken, Mike, you disgust me. I will never disparage Craig.
All right.
Never.
I give you
Never.
Don. I give you half credit for that one. I'd prefer you go after Craig. But hey, as a leader, I've got to take the brunt of some of this. It's really whatever Casey wants.
Well, hold on, Don's coming back. That was just the appetizer.
Okay, good.
Nice, stupid podcast. It's a good thing you're blind. Otherwise, you would see how very gay you look with that hat.
Yeah, give it to me.
I disagree.
I wore this hat for a reason. No, Electra, don't soft sell me here. Give it to me. Call me a homo. Whatever you feel about this hat.
It is.
I love that hat.
It's very East Coast. I don't know.
Send me one. I'll wear it.
We don't wear those in L.A., Mike. Come on.
I do. Don Fried Chicken. Craig threw a great Halloween party. Although it was a little weird how he kept licking his lips and commenting about how kids' costumes get more risque every year. What could he mean?
I'll tell you, my one criticism of Don Fried Chicken is go a little hard. Say what you really think. All right, Don? Don't dance around it. If you got a problem with this guy, come out and say it. It's high time. We got to stop being afraid of Craig.
Can I ask why Don keeps leaving his children with Craig, if it's such a problem? I think you might be.
I've pointed that out before.
Okay.
But listen, the man, I'm sure, I don't know what it's like to be a parent, neither do you, Casey. You know, I'm sure it's difficult.
No. We have wood on our walls. We don't know what kids are like.
That's right.
Suburban Tug Time. Daylord and Fry Guy for life, no matter what Mike says in the private Discord.
What?
That's right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you can't
Thank
get
you,
into
Suburban
Discord.
Tech Time.
No, God, no. I can't follow it. It moves too fast for me.
Fatty Pneumonia just became a member. Thank you, Fatty Pneumonia. And then, go ahead, Alex.
Fatty Pneumonia, $10. May I suggest the show 227?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Fatty pneumonia. What's 227?
It's an urban show about apartment 227 where... chat, go ahead and help me with this one.
Stuff goes down.
It's a bunch of black ladies gossiping.
Hey,
all bullshit.
if you recommend it, I'm sure I'd like it, but I'll check it out.
That's not a bad idea, honestly. That is
In fact, your word carries enough weight. It's like I've already seen it and liked it. That's how I feel.
amazing. 227. It's on the table. We'll get Craig fucking canceled.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you'd have a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
Because he's a racist. I want to make that very clear.
We're listening here. It's the Blind Mike News. Read all about it. I don't know why I sang that, but I did.
Yeah, it makes it
Thank you.
fun.
Thank you.
Got a few more.
Tom Corella, $10. Hey, I will be at Skankfest. Not having much experience with blind people. If I yell out, "Hey, Blind Mike, I'm a big fan," would that be like sneaking up on you?
No, I'll probably raise my cane in acknowledgement.
Yes.
Like I may, but if you want a conversation, feel free to come up to me, because I won't. If you yell at me, I'm not going to know where you're coming from. I'll just go, hey.
Privately, he tells me he likes people to tickle him. Come up and tickle him. That's how you meet Mike. Tickle, 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 tickle. That's how you know he's a fan.
Hey, hey, that's really funny stuff. You're a funny guy, and I like that.
One more here.
Tuki's unpaid staff. Craig's upside down Pinocchio costume was quite odd. It's amazing.
I'll just ask, stop dancing around it. You know, what was he really doing? That's all I want to know.
We have a few members chat.
I was just going to put
Oh
those
my
up.
God.
Yep. Milestone chat from Evan from Newfoundland celebrates 1 month of membership. You folks are terrific. Have a great show. Thank you, Evan.
Thank you,
Well,
Evan.
two of us are terrific. I got some work to do.
Well, I think we can stop there. I think we're good. Okay, read this last one. Whatever.
Michael Dolan says celebrate 7 months of membership. I'm watching about 20 minutes behind, but I wanted Casey Day to know that I hate him with a passion. That's all.
That's not. Hey,
Thank you.
eject him. Get him out of here.
Mission
Ban
accomplished. I'm going to put up a mission accomplished banner. Please hate me. All right. Time for some Burr. Another man that loves to be hated. Oh, look at that segue.
Bill Burr is doing the most frustrating thing. I want to be very clear about this, because the Burr defenders have started to come out a little bit. His comments are still all, hey, Billy Bones saw, Billy Burka. So he's taking a lot of shit for this. I want to be very clear about this. I'm sure some people have just been waiting for Burr to misstep so they could give him shit because they don't like his politics or whatever it is. I'm assuring you I'm not that guy. I'm a guy who so desperately wants Bill to snap out of this and be the comic that we all thought he was for the last 15 plus years. What he is doing is so insane to me. It's this bit of, hold me back, and no one's standing around him. I don't know who is keeping him from talking, but he is doing the most frustrating, passive-aggressive thing, the mishandling of it. That's what Whitney Cummings and Bill Burr don't understand. Has Chris DiStefano gotten any backlash? I'm sure minimally, but not really. Like, look at the way other comedians are handling this. Bill Burr and Whitney Cummings have been so despicable on this, and it's not because they went to Riyadh. At this point, I don't even really give a fuck. I'm good for you. If you went to Riyadh and made money, congratulations. There are other people that can tell you why that's terrible, like the foundation that rejected Aziz's money. It's not me making it up, but go talk to them if you want to know why it might be bad. But the reaction is what's mind-boggling from Bill Burr, and we'll talk about Whitney Cummings later too. But Bill Burr is now doing this passive-aggressive thing, and I saw people running with one clip that I know Unique posted. But if you listen to the whole thing, it's even crazier. He sprinkles this passive aggression throughout the podcast. Let's get into it.
This one's called Biting His Tongue.
Oh, watch out for this guy. Hey, don't piss him off. He might eventually, in a few years, he might go off on this issue. Watch out.
This is all true, if you look it up.
Audio, sorry. There is no video to this, so it's an audio podcast only.
If you go to the right website out
Okay.
there on the fucking interweb, the interweb of lies. I'm still thinking about that bullshit from a few weeks ago. That was a fucking, what a bunch of fucking, that was one of the hardest things ever, to keep my mouth shut and just not trash every one of those fucking cunts.
Why not? Trash them, Bill. It would make us remember that there's a comedian in there. Why can't you trash them? And who are you talking about? Mark Maron? Go ahead, trash him. I gotta be honest, as a show that has made fun of Mark Maron plenty, I don't know what he said that's so bad. I know Mark Maron said, how do they promote the Riyadh Comedy Festival? Brought to you by the same people who brought you 9/11, which we have clips in a minute that will show what Mark was talking about. I don't really get what Mark did that's so bad, to be honest. And Maron even said, he's like, granted, I wasn't invited, so I don't know if I would take the money, but I'd like to think I wouldn't, or whatever the fuck he said. Bill, talk about it. Who is making you bite your tongue? I don't get it. Your fans are waiting for you. I'm sure there are people that are out to get you, that just wanted to see you canceled because you said something about Elon Musk or whatever. I'm talking about your fans, the people that are in your comments, people like me that were Bill Burr defenders way longer than a lot of people were. Like, the Bill Burr fans started jumping ship a while ago. I was here like an idiot defending him, saying this guy hasn't changed a bit. You people are fucking crazy. And I still think I was right about that, by the way. When me and Craig would have those debates, I stand by what I said about Bill Burr. I didn't think, you can say his comedy is softer or not as funny as it was 10 years ago. That's fine. It didn't seem like he made some Howard Stern level change. This is Howard Stern. This is a guy who's pretending the criticism isn't real. He's putting his hands over his ears and going, nah, and acting like he doesn't read all the comments. 95% of the comments that are calling him out for his hypocrisy, these are his fans. I don't understand this I'm biting my tongue thing. For whose benefit? Because the media might misquote you? Who gives a fuck? Do it for the people listening to you every week that can't. People are unsubscribing from Bill Burr's podcast because they're like, I can't listen to this fucking phony anymore. You sound like a fraud, and people that respected you and liked you and found you funny are begging you snap out of it. Go back to Riyadh. Make a movie over there. I don't give a fuck. If you give me some reason, act like a comedian and talk about it. It's crazy to do this thing of what I would say. You guys couldn't even handle what I would say. I'm not going to say it. But imagine if I did. You guys would be mind blown.
Oh, am I looking forward to running into a few people?
And doing what?
Hey, what's the latest? What's the latest on you caring about? It's weird. All of a sudden you don't care anymore? What happened?
We're still talking about it.
You flapping your fucking goddamn arms up and down. What happened? What happened? What's your cause this month to help sell whatever project you're on, you cunt? Anyway, so my new breakfast, instead of a breakfast burrito.
What?
Well, I wanted to leave that in, Casey, because you might be thinking, well, surely he can't talk about it because he's too crammed for time. He's got too many interesting subjects to get into. This fucking jackass. He's like, oh, I can't talk about it, but imagine if I did. Anyways, here's what I had for breakfast. It's hard to listen to him do that shit. And it'll be interesting to see, he cannot complain about corporations anymore. David Cross was right. And listen, if you want to say David Cross is a sellout himself and he's being phony or whatever, David Cross was right that Bill Burr sold the ability to complain about the things he was complaining about. Now, if he had, I was going to say a good reason, just a reason. If he came back and was like, listen, I'm an old dad. Shout out to his movie. He could plug his movie during this rant. If he goes, listen, I'm an old dad. My kids, I want to make sure my kids are set in case anything happens. Like, this was an opportunity I didn't want to pass up. Also, I think they're doing good over there. They are progressing. Like I said, Craig Coney came up with a better excuse than fucking Burr made when he mentioned that WWE thing. Where if Burr said, hey, when WWE went over there, originally, women couldn't be attached in any way. They had to edit women out of the promotion for it. No women at all. And now, like, women fighters are going over there. Like, it has progressed, and I thought we could be part of that in comedy. And he's like, if he said, listen, I know people are going to judge it however they want to judge it, then you can rip on the sanctimonious cunts because they would be being just that, sanctimonious. They ignored what you would have had to say and just spouted their talking points for their own gain. Then you had the right to call them sanctimonious. You lost that, Bill, because you went over there, you took the money, said nothing about it, said, I followed the rules that the government, who was sitting in the front row, I did what they asked me to do, I accepted their money as my business partners, and then you did PR for them by saying it was a great time, and they have a Chili's, and we're all racists. That's what people have a problem with, is the phony way you went about this. It's not some conspiracy to take you down. This isn't cancel culture, by the way. It's sad to watch Bill Burr try and, like, use this as he's, like, fake outrage. Like, it's his fans going, hey, what the fuck, man? Like, we believed in you and thought you stood for something. And now we don't anymore. That's what this is. So I think we hear a little more. Is our next clip getting a taste of what Bill Burr moved on to?
Some more interesting topics, Mike.
Yeah, this is why he couldn't get into. If you're wondering why, like, I'm biting my tongue, I just got too much important stuff to get into. It's topics like this that he ignored the Riyadh issue for.
So now I am back to I have oatmeal for breakfast, or I have a parfait with the Greek yogurt, and a couple helpings because my blood sugar was low because I don't eat fruit, and I also don't eat candy or any of that shit anymore. So I had to have some fruit, and then at night I just have like steamed broccoli, and I know. Are you hanging your head too? It's fucking sad. Steamed broccoli and like snow peas is what I snack on.
That's what's sad. That's what the comments are really going to give you a guff over. But they're like, Bill, you ate seaweed? You ate snow peas? That's crazy. That's what they're really going to take umbrage with in this episode, Bill. You've got your finger on the pulse as usual. Now, I would be being phony if I didn't acknowledge that's not an unusual Bill Burr rant. That he's talked about that shit for 15 years on his podcast. It didn't stick out to me as like unusual that he was talking like that, where he's solo and he just talks about his day, whatever. And sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's boring. But my point is, he did not have such an action-packed show that he couldn't address this. And now he's answering questions. He's gone back to answering questions. He got rid of that segment for a week or two. He's gone back to answering questions. But I was surprised, and I checked. I couldn't find it. It's weird. None of the people emailing in are asking about the Riyadh Comedy Festival. It's kind of crazy. They all happen to be asking about the Blue Jays and the World Series. It's weird. Yeah. They're like, hey, Bill, what are your thoughts on the World Series? What do you think of this week of NFL games? And it's like, really? That's what the questions are about, Bill? That's what's phony, is you're just ignoring what's happening in your world. When you were a guy that opened his world up to his fans. Like, here's what's going on in life. I'm talking honestly and being open and telling you my thoughts. And when you say, oh, watch out. If I said something, you guys would be all so sorry. Oh, imagine if I said something. I'm not going to say it. Oh, but imagine if I did.
Mm-hmm. He's being passive-aggressive, and that's the next clip.
You think? Yeah.
That's what I'm up to. And other than that, let's talk some fucking sports. Let's talk some bread that I can't eat and circus that I don't go to because of the way they treat the animals. And I have a special coming out.
It's what Whitney did. And again, Burr's done that in the past. So like maybe it's just a thing that he does. But Whitney was guilty of this too, that nervous laughter where it's like, I am cracking myself up just thinking about how crazy all of you guys are.
Find the right thing to get sanctimonious
go back a little
about.
bit. I want to hear how that started.
Sure.
I'm going to find the right thing to get sanctimonious about, to mock all of that. Anyway. Yeah, evidently everything must have cleared up because there's no more chatter. They must have fixed everything. It's going to be passive and it's going to be aggressive.
We picked up.
Anyway, let's talk sports.
Let's talk sports. And that's the thing. It's not a change in format for his show, but now a guy like me who was a fan of his and a defender of his, it's like, it's so gross to be like, really? You're going to get into sports? And Bill, it hasn't gone away. Your fan, I have never and am still never, I firmly believe, I am not on the side of fake outrage here. And by the way, I haven't seen anyone on that side. People are not trying to cancel Bill Burr. They're not protesting his gigs. They weren't trying to get him thrown off the play he was in, or they're not looking at future projects or calling advertisers or any of that shit. They're not going after Bill Burr's money or jobs or livelihood. It's fans of his, and I'll grant you this, maybe some other people that are being sanctimonious. Maybe they're peppered in. But fans of Bill Burr are saying, Bill, what the fuck are you doing, man? And it hasn't let up, by the way. Check your comments, Bill. Go to the same YouTube video that I pulled these clips from and look at your comments. It is not lightened up. So this idea, yeah, Mark Maron's not talking about it anymore. By the way, give him a microphone, I'm sure he will. If you ask him about Riyadh, I'm sure he'll keep talking about it. But your fans are the ones that want to know, the people you're pretending to talk to right now. When in reality, what you're doing is just filling time to have those advertisers filter in. You're doing enough time that you can keep selling ads. You don't give a fuck if this is what your listeners want to hear, because the listeners do, the majority of them, except the 3 people who emailed you about the Blue Jays, most of the people still listening to you are like, God, I wish you would address this. It's weird. It's just weird that he's not talking about it. Maybe he's going to take the Chris Rock approach, and in a year he'll do a special about it or something. But it doesn't seem like he has any intention of that.
Tough guys is the next one.
Yeah, so he is accurate when he says he's passive aggressive because he keeps peppering these in.
We're a world-class city, don't you know? Newsflash, world-class cities don't need to say it, they just are, yes. Yeah, there's a lot of people that could take that advice, you know? There's a lot of, like, just individual people. You know, like all of this fucking bravado everybody has. Everybody's, you know, you don't want this smoke. I'm not the one. What? I said it. It's like you're online. You're not in anybody's face right now. I don't understand. You're puffing your chest up to a computer screen. You're probably chesting up to a bot. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Anyway,
And we're going to hear from Whitney later, who is even worse at this. But Bill is taking the same approach as Whitney Cummings, where he's blaming the internet. And he's like, oh, it's these. Yeah. Bill, those people are fucking losers. They're losers on every topic. People that use that internet speak, I'm not the one, or whatever the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, those people are assholes. Ignore them. The people that are actually asking you questions. Hey, Bill, why did you take that money? When you talk about billionaires and corruption and corporate greed and our government and censorship and, you know, people being oppressed. When you talk about that over here, how could you go to another nation that seems to do those things worse? If you tell me that's not true, I'm willing to listen. But it seems like some of their human rights stuff is, if you can believe it, even worse than it is over here. And they may have had ties to 9/11. How can you take money from the government Stop doing this bullshit, Bill, where you're like, no one complained when I performed in England. Yeah, because you did a theater over there. Fucking a business paid you in return for selling tickets. The government paid you money. You were their business partner. So if Tony Hinchcliffe is going to catch all this shit, and I didn't hear Bill defending him, if guys like Tony Hinchcliffe are going to catch shit for doing a Trump rally or carrying water for politicians over here, you did a gig for politicians, for the government of another land. Why did you do that? Because it seems like that's co-signing everything they stand for, especially when you come back over here and you go, dude, it's great. Oh, the fucking KFC, it's amazing. It's better than it is here. It's like, okay, well then explain that. Instead of just going, no, I can't hear you. Oh, you don't want to hear? Imagine what I would say if I wasn't a coward about this. Well, I can imagine, Bill, but I'd like to hear it.
Up next, Trumpers.
You know, without the picture on the screen, I'd almost think it's Opie. Especially with that maniacal laugh.
It's a little Opie-ish, yeah.
It is.
Where it's like, oh, yeah, that's actually a great point. Like, you're all just haters. You're all just haters. It is Opie. If he did a douchier voice, you know? If you get rid of the Boston accent and did a faker voice, then it would be Opie.
I have heard Opie talking about his breakfast. That is a fact.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
All right, Trumpers is this one.
Okay, let's hear why it's MAGA's fault somehow.
Their meat is used in pet food and is also fine for human consumption. So if you ever get sick of Hollywood bullshit and people trying to cancel your stand-up act, no. That you guys were all fucking all over the place. You guys were on that bullshit last week. Everybody was on that. That was the funniest thing, too. Trumpers acting like they give a fuck about human rights.
Okay, Bill, well, how about me? They all call me a liberal cuck here on this show. How about guys like me that are like, hey, Bill, I didn't vote, but I still think it's kind of weird. And I'm pretty open-minded, where Chris DiStefano literally said, I did it for the money. And I was like, good for you. I don't give a fuck. How about the people that aren't being sanctimonious, that are just like, why did you do that? And the reason they're all asking for a response from you, Bill, I don't know if you've asked yourself, hey, how come they're giving me shit? And a guy like DiStefano's not getting much shit, or Aziz isn't getting as much shit. Well, it's because you preached to us for years. I mentioned this last week, that Jeff Dye had a great answer for this, where people say, oh, fuck, my phone is opening. People say, like, hey, you would take the money, Jeff Dye, if you were offered it. And Jeff goes, yeah, I'm a sexist. Because I've never pretended to be this bastion of free speech and down with billionaires. Like Bill Burr went on TV and said free Luigi, and then went to a government that killed a journalist. Mm-hmm. That's worth an explanation. That's what's frustrating about this. And it is, I think it's beyond Howard Stern level of burying your head in the sand. Like this is, and maybe that's because I'm a Burr fan and like didn't have any loyalty to Howard, really. I wasn't like a Howard fan necessarily. So maybe it hits closer to home on this one. But this to me is even more delusional than the Stern stuff, because he's acknowledging it exists and then pretending it doesn't simultaneously.
I think this is also the distance from like that Philadelphia or Pittsburgh, whatever, stand-up thing.
Philly
where
rant?
where he just tore apart everyone mercilessly, talked about anything open the first time anyone's ever done this, and now he can't mention a little show he did.
I said if he did that, if he did the Philly rant in Saudi Arabia and was just going off on Jamal Khashoggi and Muhammad Atta, it would have been great.
Yeah, we don't like journalists over here either. Maybe we should learn some things from him. Yeah, he could have totally had fun with that. I mean, you know, as much as you can. Last one is a sign-off.
Or just even just say 9/11 when you're talking about it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm asking.
His sign-off is the last one here.
Yep, this is how he leaves the people. And by the way, obviously, you can tell it's on his mind constantly. So he knows it hasn't died down. He's doing this fake thing where he's like, nobody cares anymore, I guess. He knows people still do care, and he's losing his audience and losing respect because of it, and it's on his mind.
Getting fucking gored over here. All right, that is the podcast. All right, everybody. I look forward to whatever the bots tell you to be upset about next month.
More of that laughter.
God damn.
This trying to convince us that it's all bots. Sometimes when I'm listening to Burr do that, sometimes I look down. I'm like, I pinch myself. I'm like, am I a person?
Am I
Am I
breathing?
a human being?
Yeah, I'm real. All right.
It's worrisome. Yeah, I feel I've slipped into the Matrix or something. I'm not sure I don't know what's real anymore. When Bill tells me it's all bots that are angry. And again, I'm not saying that doesn't exist. I know that they do that on issues. But it's this using Rogan speak to get yourself out of public pressure is enraging to me. Like, this idea that the guys you didn't defend when they were going through shit, by the way. Like, Burr is out for himself, and I've never been more aware of that than this stuff. And it's obvious, like, Ari Shaffir was thrown off of All Things Comedy when the Kobe Bryant stuff happened. Go look into it. I've never heard it reported on. I don't know anything about it, but look at the last episode Ari Shaffir did for All Things Comedy, and then the first one he did without them. And the timing is a little odd. So, like, Bill Burr is out for himself. And honestly, if he said that, I'd still probably defend him. But, Bill, if you're wondering why people have questions, I would point to a recent interview the Bonfire did, where they were talking to Yoshi. Yoshi's a guy, I'm not too familiar with his comedy or anything. I've heard his name forever, though. I know he's good friends with Jim Norton. I think he's done some stuff with Your Mom's House in more recent years. So Yoshi's been around for a long time. And he was opening for Russell Peters over there in Riyadh. So he had an interesting story. And if you're wondering, Bill, why Americans are like, hey, why'd you go over there? That's a little weird. This kind of puts things into perspective as to why people might be a little bothered by that.
This is the Riyadh Green Room.
Yeah, so Yoshi is he's opening for Russell Peters. He knows his act. He doesn't need to. He goes and takes a little nap, and he wakes up, and this is the story he tells.
I open for him all the time, so I don't really need to watch it. So I think the last 10 minutes I fell asleep. And right after the show, all this VIP are walking in, and the guy walks in. He's really dressed in a really nice Arab outfit, even like higher end. He smiled, he shook my hand, and then everybody walked. As soon as Russell walked in, he goes straight to that guy, talking to him. And within a minute, I realized, based on what they were saying, I figured out who it was. It was one of Osama bin Laden's brother.
What?
Yeah.
What? Wait,
Bill bin Laden.
stop.
I don't want to say which one because.
I mean, why was one?
But there's
worse
like
than the
50.
other?
There's
I
50.
mean, no, one was bad.
Well, yes.
Emilio?
Listen, I don't want to be held responsible for the sins of my brother. And, as Colin Quinn said, a few million bad apples, it's not representative of everybody. I'm sure he's a great guy, bin Laden's brother. But the point is, literally, you go back in the green room and there sits Osama bin Laden's brother. That's worth explaining, Bill. That's part of the issue. So let's hear Yoshi continue to talk about it, because I found this really interesting. When people like Bill Burr and Whitney Cummings call you racist for being like, hey, why'd you go over there? This is something to keep in mind.
There's like 50 or 56 siblings, so I was like weirded out because I just shook his hand. I'm American. Russell's Canadian, so maybe it's not an issue with him. And the reason I remember him because other comedians.
You heard it here first. Russell Peters is excited about 9/11.
No, that's not what. No.
I just wanted to slip that Big J joke in, but it is like. That's good. I can't remember the exact phrase that was attached to 9/11. It was like, have a fuzzy memory on it, or after a few years, forget about it. I don't really remember what it was, but it was something about keeping it in mind for at least a little while. And that's what I think frustrates a lot of people. And this is even more crazy. Is this the last clip?
Awkward.
This is nuts. When you hear Yoshi explain it and put it in context, it's like, yeah, this is why people were a little jarred by it, Bill.
I did the math in my head. The reason I weirded out, nobody realized what was going on. Because next day on day 2, Russell's doing the show 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Guess who's doing the show 10 p.m.?
Osama bin Laden's brother.
No.
Jimmy bin Laden.
Pete Davidson. So there was a scenario where bin Laden guys walking around with Pete Davidson walking around in the green room area.
Nice.
Whoa.
I like that.
Awkward.
Holy
Now
shit.
listen.
Holy shit.
Listen, hey, I'm for humanity. On 9/12, if you said, hey, wouldn't it be great if one day there's a world where Bin Laden's brother and firefighter Davidson's son are sitting in the same green room? Wouldn't that be magical? And I'd be like, yeah, hey, world peace, you know? I just don't know that we're fully there yet, and maybe some explaining needs to be done. Now, Yoshi goes on to say it didn't happen. They didn't cross paths. Pete Davidson happened to be there on the one night that Bin Laden's brother wasn't at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Pete Davidson didn't cross paths with him. But I think it highlights why people were like, hey, Bill, what'd you go over there for? And to go, stop it. What are you, woke? Okay, Bill. What are you, a Trump supporter? No, Bill, I'm curious why you went over there. Especially when, like, it's good money, but for Bill Burr, not that good of money. So, like, that's even more reason to be like, actually, Bill probably has a good reason. But he hasn't told us if he does, so... I'll continue to say fuck him with an open mind and say I've completely lost any respect I had for Bill Burr. But if one day he explains everything and it makes sense, I'll be the first guy to be like, oh, all right, hey, guys, we fucked up. We were wrong about Bill Burr. But for some reason, he's unwilling to do that, which is disappointing.
Did you know they're having a big music festival over there?
I did not. Who's
Yep.
going?
I know Kid Leroy and
Okay. If you tell me Coulter Wall, I'm going to have a problem. Then I got to do this all over again.
yeah, but there's some big names going. I don't have them all listed, but yeah.
But again, like, maybe I'm fake, and Bill Burr would say I'm fake because I'm not ranting and raving about that. No, I didn't rant and rave about live golf either, because I've never known Cam Smith to preach to me about billionaires. And I don't really care that the comedians are going over there. Like, I don't personally give a fuck. I'm sure a lot of people do. The response is what's crazy to me. The response of just calling us racists, calling your fans racists for questioning it and thinking it's going to go away. That's what's crazy. And that's what to me is lolcow territory. And it shows you're completely delusional and you've lost touch.
Yeah, it shows
That's what
weakness, total weakness on his part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, America needs to wake the fuck up, man. The Saudis are coming for college football and now country music. Oh,
Hey,
no.
they're good. They're good guys. They're silly. Remember, they're silly guys over there.
Just agree with them, especially if you're a journalist.
yeah. They're just silly geese.
Yeah.
All right, should we get into someone else melting down over this Riyadh stuff?
Well, let's do a few.
Hey, super chats.
Just while they're on the Bill
I
Burr
hate that voice.
Hey, Donna G.
Donna G, 1999. Shout out to the co-host DJ E and KC.
Yes.
Thank you for. We're not
I was
co-hosts.
gonna say two of the best. I was going to say two of the best. Not co-hosts. You run the show, my friend.
Yes,
it's kind of
thank you.
your thing, and I'm just lucky to be here.
Oh, please.
Now, there's a pyramid, and someone has to be at the top. That's right. All
That's
right.
right.
Hey, here's our boy Dang Lizard with his list. Get me off that list.
Dang Lizard. I would never say how Blind Mike doesn't value other people's time, is grifting the audience with his pretend blindness, but still can't read a room. But Dang
That is
Lizard.
true. It's all true. That is all true.
Make sure you check out Dang.Lizard's YouTube channel. He does some awesome.
But he was
cartoons.
just mean to me, Casey. We can't promote him.
I'm doing that so he's not mean to me.
Dang Lizard is a longtime supporter of the program. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
For sure. Flatbush
stuff.
Tommy. Club Soda Kenny has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, yeah, he does. That's true.
He's gonna need a raise.
And Chris Primer. Considering how the Saudis took over the video game industry, they will likely go deeper in the scene by hosting more events and buying venues.
Yeah, and Bill Burr supported that, and no one knows why, and we shouldn't question it.
And finally,
Matthew Rowley, $20. Mike, I never actually get to super chat you. First, you, Casey, Electra, and Craig do a great show. That said, this has always been who Bill Burr is, a phony moron that will do and say anything to get ahead and feel superior.
I can't argue with you anymore. You know, a few weeks ago, I would have argued with you, but like I've lost that right. You know, I have nothing to stand on with that anymore. So Bill wants you to believe that that's true. That's the weird thing. is like, I can't argue with Matthew because Bill's giving me nothing to say about this topic. That's what's frustrating. As like a fan, a guy who wants to defend him, you're like, I guess I can't. I guess he is a complete phony sellout.
And we missed one from Flatbush Tommy.
I don't know what the fuck. Can you hear that?
What's
They're having
it?
a race for the loudest steps upstairs. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, I do hear that.
Good Lord.
Maybe you
Well,
got.
I hope everyone's all right. Sorry,
dancing.
Alexa. What's the last one?
Flatbush Tommy, we missed before. Sorry about that, buddy. Liver King, the only one brave enough, 2 steps to Rogies.
To step to the Rogan. The Liver King is the only guy to go after Rogan in a
don't know.
real way.
I read that
true.
wrong.
That's a good point. That is true.
All right,
shall
now
we
we're
talk
ready for
about
some.
Whitney Cummings melting down.
Yeah, I put or Electra put in the thing that she's getting to Britney territory here.
That's a good way to describe it. She really is having a fucking meltdown. And Casey, again, maybe this is a usual thing because 2 weeks in a row is weird. When I sent you the timestamps, they were off again. And this is not typical of me. This is unusual. It seems like something again was deleted. The podcast is shorter now. I don't know what she's doing, but something got deleted again. Luckily, this stuff wasn't deleted out of the podcast, so I don't know what she cut out. This is ever so slightly more subtle than the way Bill Burr is handling things. But I do believe she's talking about Nelly Furtado on this episode. I guess Nelly Furtado was fat shamed or something, and then just was like, all right, I'm getting off social media. She was like, fuck all of you. Mm-hmm. I am of the mindset that Whitney Cummings used that story. She's going to continue talking about Nelly Furtado, but I think, and it's ever so subtle. Get your listening ears on, folks, because tell me if you can detect this. I think she might be talking about her own situation.
Projecting.
Like, have we seen this? Like, this woman just went, no. Like, what am I doing? Why? For what? Why am I putting up with getting harassed by a bunch of dorks? Like, that I am in the top 2% of the most beautiful people and the most genetically gifted people on earth.
Wow.
So I think I'm just going to head out. Is this a glimpse of sanity within the, she's not going on podcast talking about it. She's not going to write a book about it. She's like, oh no, I'm leaving. She's like, no, I'm good. Also, but we haven't seen this yet. We haven't seen someone just go, no, thanks. Actually, I don't need to go on Dax Shepard and talk about how traumatizing it was. Turns out, my life is great and I don't need this.
Now, I submit, and maybe it's just a total coincidence. She chose this topic the week after she went off on the Riyadh stuff. Maybe it's just a total coincidence. I would submit she's actually talking about her own situation and saying, I realize that I don't need any of you fucking people, and I don't need to explain myself to you. Again, it's subtle. It's hard to pick up on, but that's what I think.
I think you're right.
Go live in Costa Rica and bob and weave around the coconuts like a sane adult would. I'm going to go ahead and have a healthy relationship with fame. How about that? So that's one thought. The other is, hey, Nelly Furtado, fire everyone. Why did you even hear about this? Why does anyone hear? Listen to me.
Oh.
First of all, why do you even have your social media password? That's mental, all right? Everyone, we got to like regroup with like whoever's around you. Second, if I actually read any of the comments in my comment section, I would frankly be in a bunker in Slarvbard, okay? Where the polar bears live. You know where the polar bears is where the most polar bears are? I would be in fetal position and
I know something about, I know this obscure fact about polar bears. What a weird way to slip that in. Who gives a fuck fact of the day?
I like how she paused for effect. Like, I know things.
You know where the most polar bears are? Oh, you don't? Oh, it's something I know. No big deal. What a weird slip in that was.
That's a Stut Joe move right there.
It really is. Well, what's the closest planet to the sun?
A house that was taken over by polar bears. Being like, just do it!
Ah.
Do it!
Seems like a stable human being.
Just do it.
So, but first of all, if I'm listening to that and I'm her assistant or whoever, her social media person, I'm like, oh, fuck. Obviously, someone is losing or lost their job because Whitney is, again, ever so subtly, they're talking about how she shouldn't have had to see all these comments on social media. Again, maybe it's a coincidence that she chose this topic the week after calling all her fans racist. I'm sorry, 2 weeks after calling all her fans racist. And then the week after saying, oh, I didn't mean you. Which
not you.
Which fans are you talking about then?
The racist ones. This is called Change What's True.
This is really good. This shows a mentally stable person that hasn't lost touch at all. And like, this is the life that Whitney Cummings should lead. And like, if you're in the YouTube comments, why not just let her lead this life? Why do you have to give your dumb opinions?
The days of being famous and trying to absorb feedback, like those are kind of over. Like if you're going to be a singer, you can only be Mariah Carey. Like you can't, you got to have a buffer between you and humans, right? To the point to where you no longer believe in time. And I promise you that is my goal. And you have to get to the level where when someone asks you about Nicki Minaj, you say you don't know her, even though there's footage of you with her, and you commit to it so hard that the rest of us just go, that's the truth now. Like, you have to change what's true. And also, look, I'm glad she just went no thanks, but also I'm like, there's no statistic for what's actually happening, right? So for every one dork who's like, you gain weight, there's truly 300 dorks who are like, Nelly Furtado's too skinny. No thanks.
This is, I mean, Whitney, this is the part you're supposed to say to your dumb producer off air. Like the time where me and Casey talk about college football, which I always love, buddy. My favorite part of the day. That's the time where you, Whitney, can be like, hey, let's change what's true. Let's just pretend, let's call all the fans racist and pretend we didn't do anything wrong or worth questioning, and let's just move on. Do that off air. Have that conversation off air. You don't tell us that's what you did so that we know, oh, you're just doing whatever you can to save face. You don't actually believe in anything. And it is already pretty obvious that Whitney doesn't believe in anything because for a few minutes, she was a corny sitcom writer. Like she wrote Two Broke Girls, which good for her. That's awesome that she got a TV on the air. Two TV shows on the air, actually. Two Broke Girls and Whitney at the same time. She sold 2 shows, starred in 1. That's awesome. And she was a cheesy TV writer. And when I say cheesy, I mean Two Broke Girls is literally set up punch. There is no dialogue. Every line is either getting a laugh track laugh or setting up the other character to get one. It's bizarre, right? If you ever watch an episode, it's batshit. So you were a sitcom writer, then you pivoted to this feminist, this thoughtful feminist, and now you're trying to be Tim Dillon, I guess, based on the format of your show. Like you want people to believe you're insightful and interesting, and you do these, rants about these topics like social media, and you really tell us how it is. Like when you started doing that, it was obvious to people you were disingenuous. So if you wanted to make it clear, you already did. You didn't need to spoon feed us and be like, oh, you know what Nelly Furtado should do? And I'm only talking to Nelly Furtado. She should just lie to her audience. Just fucking bullshit everyone. And eventually, like, her defenders will be like, oh, yeah, Whitney, like, she didn't even really go over there. It was no big deal. Who gives a fuck? She didn't give Chris D'Elia shit and then go to Riyadh. It's no big deal. Don't worry about it. Like, that's what she wants us all to do. The mistake, I think, is saying it into a microphone.
Yeah, and there's a visual aspect or component here that she is flailing her arms like Gavin Newsom in a windstorm.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like this.
Well, she's always been. I've never hated Whitney. She's always been wacky. She's a little bit. I called her comedy's fun aunt. Like she's nutty, But this takes it to a new level because it's about something that people cared about, and she's kind of handling it like just a batshit out of control person, much like Bill Burr, by the way. Like, Whitney or Whitney defenders might be like, oh, you're attacking her because she's a woman. This is no better or worse than what we listen to Bill Burr do. It's just filtered through a different mouth.
Responsibility. I think I spelled it wrong, by the way, is the next one.
It's okay. Hey, you know what? I think that's actually how it's spelled, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, thank you.
Responsibility.
I feel like if you got famous or rich or successful, as soon as you hit that peak, you gotta, if you're like, la, 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 and people start throwing money at you, you should just be like, literally behave as if you just robbed a bank and got away with it and just disappear.
Turn the mic off, Whitney. You did. You got through the heist. You robbed the bank. You did it.
Then you go on a podcast and talk about the bank robbery.
Why are you now saying this? Why are you trying to do PR while explaining to Nelly Furtado that it's an idiotic move to try and save face? Just do all the things you're saying instead of explaining to us to make you look really bad.
Because that's actually what happened. Like, you just stole and got away with it and was like, yeah, just go for it. Like, you Robin Hooded that.
Hey, Nelly Furtado, you took blood money. Hey, Nelly Furtado, Jamal Khashoggi's blood is on your hands. Hey, Nelly Furtado, you just co-signed 9/11. That's what you've done, Nelly Furtado.
Because otherwise, it's just all downhill from there. You got to know when you made rich, famous, out. The rest of it is just people thinking you don't deserve it and thinking it's my turn, ba-da-da-da. And I know you're like, what about you? But no, my problem is I am emotionally dyslexic. And if there weren't negative comments about me, I would have done it. I would have been like, all right, I did it. But now I'm just curious if the people that were bullying her, once she quit, if they're like, I don't have to look at that pig come across my feed again. Like, as if she was coming across your feed. Your feed is Zelda and the cliffs were to jump off for the Pokemons. Like, was Nelly Furtado really just ruining your life? Like, I'm just riveted by this. So those are the kind of people that I'm like, you know what? It's actually my responsibility to make sure, if you don't like me, that you see me every day. Like, every day. I truly think on some level.
Hold on,
like, why do
this is interesting.
What?
I was wondering, and before she said Nelly Furtado, I was like, why does she keep saying she and her? She's always, oh, right, the Nelly Furtado thing. I forgot. This is second person. Or third person, whatever the fuck. I'm an idiot. But what's interesting to me is that she's talking about this where it's like just all these losers that criticize you on social media, and then has the gall to go, hey, guys, you criticize me for something? I mean, it's going to be hard to think of anything, but try and think of something you might criticize me for on social media. I'll own up to it. What? Whitney, we all listened to the last 2 episodes. I've never listened to any others, only those 2. We heard what you said. You called your fans racist because you went to Riyadh. This idea that you'll own up to it? Delusional. And then you slip back into this, but what Nelly Furtado should do is tell everyone to go fuck themselves. And now let's finish this rant where she says it's her responsibility to tell fans to go fuck themselves. By the way, this is the person that if she ever makes a mistake, she'll own up to it. But now she wants to make it her mission in life to tell her trolls to go fuck themselves.
I still do this. Like, what am I doing this for? I am doing it for people that don't like me. I can quit. I have everything I need. Like, I could go be a farm guy. I could go live in a bunker.
We know where you got the money too.
You can be a farm guy.
Yeah, I can. Hey, listen, I can retire on this blood money, bitch. Good, go do it.
Like, nope. I am going to stay in this business just to spite you monsters. And now that you did this to Nelly Furtado, I am doubling down. I will not let you win.
Yes.
Don't forget, this is all in the name of Nelly Furtado. Well, which I don't even know what happened to poor Nelly Furtado getting dragged into this.
Nelly Furtado went from like a size 0 to a size 14 or
She ate
Well,
some
then
donuts
fuck
tonight.
that bitch. You know what? Whitney's right. Let's run her off the internet.
Yeah, because eating some extra calories a day is the same thing as supporting a murderous regime.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly the
right.
same.
That's my point. Is this subtext is like, hey, me and Nelly Furtado went through the same thing. No, if people online are calling Nelly Furtado fat, they're assholes. Like they're
Exactly.
cunts. They're being dickheads, and a lot of them know that. So like whatever. That's a totally different subject than what Whitney is going through. And again, to mask it as the same is crazy.
It is
And if
crazy.
Whitney wants to say like, oh, Paul, I didn't even realize the connection. Well, then you're fucking delusional. And you should stop doing a podcast. You should be a farm guy or whatever the fuck you said, because you've completely lost touch with your audience. You have lost touch. You don't know what people care about anymore if you think those two things are the same.
I will start doing commercials. I will start doing pop-up ads. I will start
We
doing
know you'll
like
sell out. But Whitney, no one was like, oh, Whitney went to Riyadh, but she wouldn't do a Geico commercial, would she?
She's doing the Michael Scott thing where like I went to Riyadh, but he also cheated on his wife, and he's telling a bunch of
50 more
stories.
rumors, yeah.
So
yeah,
you forget about the Riyadh. Yeah.
Oh, imagine if I was in a commercial for My Pillow. Could you imagine?
Mint Mobile ads.
Did Flo from Progressive's cousin just fly into town?
This guy sucks. This guy fucking sucks. I hate the producer.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Whitney, you need a producer. Give Electra a call.
He's 0 for 3. We've covered Whitney 3 weeks in a row. That guy has had a dud of an interjection each time.
And with a visual. He took the time to edit in a visual on that.
Oh,
Thought it was
good,
such a great
good.
joke. Next one is Spite.
Yeah, so this is the last Whitney one, right?
No, we have New Outlook as well.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Yes. This is the focus of the entire episode, by the way. It's not some throwaway thing where it's like, she's going to teach us how to internet correctly. She's going to teach us all, like, hey, we're all doing the comments section wrong. And by the way, here's the thing about like what Bill Burr and Whitney, like, they're not complete morons because they are appealing to the complete moron. They're appealing to the idiots because they're making a point. Like Whitney has a point about internet culture and the comments sections and stuff like that. Like I said, if you actually want to have a conversation about Nelly Furtado, if she's getting bullied for being fat or whatever, yeah, those people are fucking cunts. They're assholes. But that's not the discussion anyone is going to take from this, if you're listening, given the situation that Whitney is in. If you listen to this, she's saying, hey, fuck you, to everyone in her own comments section. I don't need any of this. So this is why, by the way, I don't hear Nelly Furtado saying I'm going to do commercials despite all of you. It's Whitney saying it. So let's hear about the spite she has.
I will truly take jobs for free just to make sure you have to look at me in some capacity. I'll trick or treat in your neighborhood. Okay? I will happily descend into a parody of myself just to spite the
Mission
trolls
accomplished, Whitney. If you want to be a parody of yourself, I think you're doing it. No sweat.
You should get a cartoon character. It's fun. Then you're a real parody.
Watch out, guys. I might become a parody of myself. Yeah, I think we're watching it, Whit.
frankly, bots who want
go back,
to
go
make
back, go back. We got to hear more about the bot. This is out of the Bill Burr playbook. We're all bots. We're all... Pinch myself again. Oh, look at that. I don't feel anything. Damn it. Oh, shit. Maybe I'm more robot than man at this point. I've become the internet.
Groceries are awful expensive for this bot. I'm just saying.
We're all bots.
Send into a parody of myself just to spite the trolls and frankly bots who want to make me quit. I'll become a teacher at your school, homie.
Yikes.
No one wants you to quit, by the way, Whitney. I don't give a shit. Keep doing it. I don't care. If you want to do this delusional, batshit crazy podcast you did this week, if you want to do that every week, knock yourself out. Go for it. I'll continue to make fun of it because I think it's funny. I think watching you people spiral over this is funny to me. When all it would have taken is going, yeah, listen, I have a young kid. I took the money, and they convinced me, for better or worse, maybe I'm delusional. They convinced me they're going for progress over there. Maybe me coming back and saying that is exactly what they wanted. Maybe I'm feeding into something I don't fully know about. But I took the money because I thought it was what was best for my family. And I don't really, if you don't agree with that, I don't really give a fuck. I got to worry about the people in my house, not you guys online. I'm sure it wouldn't have quelled all of it. There'd still be a lot of assholes. I'm talking about me personally and reasonable-minded people. They would go, okay, whatever. They would move on, like they did with Chris DiStefano. Like everyone kind of just moved on. It's all right. It's not that big a deal, Whitney. It's the handling. The handling of it is what is abysmal and funny to watch.
Yeah, I think we need to give a big shout out to the Saudi Arabian government for exposing the hypocrisy of some of our comedians. Thank you, guys. We wouldn't have known.
You know what? They're not. Bill was right. They're not so bad.
No,
they're pretty funny themselves.
Mm-hmm. This is the new outlook. We're gonna change it.
Okay, good. Let's see how she's moving forward. This is how Whitney's going to approach things going forward. So I'm sure we'll get no more insane podcasts from her, which is good.
I would like to highlight the fact that I think we're wrong. I think we're all doing life wrong at the moment. And I believe it's a tiny tweak. It's a tiny little tweak. I just started working on something, and everyone I talk to, I think a lot of people...
Isn't it amazing? Hold on. I think I'm starting to, the sanctimonious people that criticize Bill Burr and Whitney Cummings. I'm starting to think I might know what they're being sanctimonious about. For someone to collect a check from the Saudi government for $1 million and then fly back and say, hey, racists, we're all doing life wrong. You want to talk about sanctimonious? I mean, what an abysmally out-of-touch statement to say, we're doing life wrong. Whitney, your audience and you are not living the same life. They don't. A lot of the people you're talking to probably don't have time to be on TikTok all fucking day, especially when Whitney's a mom and has a job and is successful. People in that situation don't have time to be YouTube commenters. So I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to when you're like, oh, we're all doing life wrong. No, some of us haven't figured out, And I think it's very normal to struggle with stuff on the internet. Because I was being a little silly at the beginning of the program. But if you're on the internet long enough, you're going to deal with shitty comments. And it is jarring to get used to it first. Because you have people you don't know. You have strangers saying nasty things about you and sometimes insightful things that you're sensitive about and you didn't realize you were. And you're like, holy shit, that's normal at first. When you're someone who's been popular as long as Whitney has, you kind of got to get used to that. You have to realize that's what it is. That's part of the job, unfortunately. And you can do podcasts like this where you lecture people on how to behave on the internet. Unfortunately, if you do it 2 weeks after you call your fans racist and a week after you embarrass yourself trying to backpedal on that, if you do it the following week, you're going to look like a fucking idiot. And people in the comments are going to make note of that. Turn them off on your phone. But you don't have to tell me how to live my life because you think you have it figured out.
Tweak. It's a tiny little tweak. I just started working on something, and everyone I talk to, I think a lot of people now believe that they need to be miserable or pretend to be miserable or sad, or else it seems like they're either bragging or dumb. Like, if you're like, I'm doing great, it's like, oh, really? Like, oh, you don't know what's going on in the world? Like, you're basically just saying I'm an idiot? Or you're happy and like, but how could you be happy with... Do you know what I mean? Like, people ask people how they are. They're like, considering. And you're like, what? Who has cancer? And they're like, no, just, I'm like, what? What? Like, I think people feel guilty for feeling good, or I don't know, maybe it's fashionable. Who cares? The point is, I think that
maybe everyone doesn't feel good. Have you considered that, Whitney? This out of touch idea that everyone's doing great. and they're too cowardly to admit it. What a completely spoiled way to go through life. To think everyone you encounter that's like, I'm doing okay. Well, they're probably actually doing great, and they're afraid to tell us how great they're doing. You know who that is? You know who that's a symptom of? Is fucking rich people.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Whitney, I'm sure you're doing, and that's good for you. I don't resent that at all. Terrific. Awesome, Whitney. But again, when you take a 7-figure check from the Saudi government, you lost the opportunity to come back here and lecture everyone on how good they have it. Hey, stop and smell the roses, people. No, Whitney, do it on your own time. Don't tell me to do it. And by the way, I am both right now. I'm happy in my life, which I haven't always been. I've dealt with depression, or I guess I was lying when I said I had depression. I was too afraid to say how happy I was. But I've dealt with shit in my life. Right now, I'm doing okay. I'm feeling pretty good. And I think Whitney sounds like a fucking idiot. Both can be true.
This would make sense if she was in full burqa, covered head to toe.
Yeah.
Be like,
this is what my boss wants me to do now. Yeah.
Focus.
You're all wrong. Look at me.
On, and we are basing our outlooks on life on a tiny sliver of the internet that is negative. And I just want to prove that we're bombing.
Who's we? We're not focusing on the internet comments.
The Saudis are bombing.
I don't give a fuck what internet. I'm giving you my opinions. Now, I have mentioned that a lot of Whitney's comments are negative, and to me, that's representative of her audience. Maybe some outsiders snuck in there to give Whitney the business. But I think in large part, her audience is like, hey, what the fuck, Whit? Mm-hmm. You're a feminist that went over to a nation that, and if you want to say, hey, we don't know what it's like over there. Their culture is different than ours. That doesn't mean they're wrong. I'm fine with that explanation. But again, when you come over here and call all your fans racist for questioning it, and then tell them how to live their lives, you lost respect for you. That's what happened. This isn't about Nelly Furtado gaining weight. It's not about people being depressed in the internet comments or too happy to admit it. It's that you lost touch with your audience and you're afraid to acknowledge that.
Frankly, we're bombing this. We are bombing our lifetime because.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our business partners. I'm sorry.
I know. Does she get paid every time she says that for them? Ooh,
we're bombing this. I thought she meant the people that paid her. I thought I missed a news story. Okay, mm-hmm. You and I, Casey, we're bombing this. I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm. A species getting truly the miracle of the ability to see anything at any time, to know anything at any time. And we only use this magic box to lie about each other and tell women they're fat.
Oh.
I'm not. I'm going to be the weirdo who...
That's your algorithm, sweetie. Mine's all cats.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's not the world I live in, Whitney. I don't know who you're talking to specifically. It seems like the world you have isolated yourself in. Yeah. But it's not all of us.
You're telling on yourself there when you're talking like that about your own algorithms.
Yeah. Loves the internet. Because I refuse to take the greatest invention of all time and turn it into a bum fight.
Well, then don't. Use your phone however the fuck you want. Don't lecture people on how... Whitney, by the way, where are you posting this podcast? Is it the internet? What the fuck did you think you were going to do? Put it on a vinyl and sell it? Or shut the fuck up and deal with it? I don't know what to tell you. Turn off comments or deal with that's what it is. I don't know what to tell you. You don't get to go, hey, guys, just go... We're going to listen to Aaron do this too. Where it's like, hey, you're all using your phones wrong. No, you are. I'm fine with it.
She simultaneously said, only evil people are a tiny strip of the internet, but everyone's pissing on the fat girls.
Yeah, everyone's doing it. Yeah, and it's nobody also.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my thing is there's an argument to be had there. Are people on the internet shitty? Of course. Mm-hmm. No one thinks they're not. But it's a tough argument to make. The timing of that podcast was a little weird. when it was so transparently about her.
She needs to figure it out before she goes on air. Seems like she's like figuring it out on air.
There's a lot of that too, but I think that might be her style. She seems like manic, but that might
Like
just be how
Ellen.
she is.
She seems very manic, and her
Manic Ellen.
stupid hand signals or sign language or whatever she's doing. I've never seen anybody move their hands that much.
And here's the thing: if she came on, you guys know me well enough at this point. Who would be the first person to defend this maniac if she came on and went, guys? I don't know if what I did was right, but I'm having a tough fucking time dealing with it. Like, now I'm questioning. I'm reading the comments. I'm questioning myself. Like, who would be on here fucking defending her? Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, be a human being, and people will be able to relate to you.
Yeah, hypocrisy angers you, I've noticed.
Yes.
Over the last few years.
It does.
We have one super chat, but I think it sums it up perfectly, Electra. Can you read this for us here?
Good.
PCBPO. Fundamentally, I find all women inherently annoying.
Yeah, so that could be.
That might mean you're gay. I don't know.
Speaking of which, I'd like to congratulate my girlfriend on winning the competition for World's Loudest Steps that is taking place upstairs.
Awesome. Congrats.
Good for her.
Congratulations. Speaking of people, Brendan Schaub.
Brendan Schaub and Bryan Callen, the dastardly duo, is at it again. They always know how to handle things. I should mention real quick, again, I mentioned at the top of the show, but Tuesday, Craig and I will be watching Bryan Callen's new special. I think you should be able to join us live for that on Patreon, or hopefully, if you're a member, on YouTube as well. We'll see if we're able to do that. And it might be out for the rest of you in the coming weeks as well. We'll see if we can get it approved by our overlords at YouTube. Because, boy, does it have some tough reviews. People, and this is, I want to say it's rare, but people do overreact sometimes. We just heard Whitney talk about the internet. People overreact at times. But it's being compared to Gringo Poppy.
Oh, that would be amazing if it had.
Which is really interesting. I mean, that's worth diving into, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to give Bryan Callen's new special a shot. It seems like Callen's handling everything very well. But real quick, I want to point out a video that my guy Unique posted on YouTube, where Unique, if you don't know him, Kyle, I forget his last name, but Kyle from Rhode Island, he's been tangled up in a lawsuit with Brendan Schaub for some years now. Unique made a bunch of videos making fun of Brendan Schaub, and Brendan Schaub did what guys who can't handle the internet say, and he said, well, I will take you to court. I'm going to sue you. And so one of Kyle's moles, has been messaging with Brendan, and this is some of the messages that Brendan shared about Unique.
So Schaub puts, yeah, I don't get his obsession with me. I've never met the dude. Never did anything to him. It's strange.
No, hold on. Let me correct, because Brendan uses this argument a lot. You're famous, Brendan. You're a public figure. You do a podcast that people have thoughts and opinions on. You were a pro athlete. You give commentary on a rising in popularity sport. Like, people comment on you because you put yourself out there. So I just want to clear that up for Brendan. Go back a little bit. Brendan always gets very confused. So I just want to make sure that's known. You've never met him, and you have done something wrong to him. You took him to court, you fucking buffoon, you jackass. Stop ignoring that part. You sued him. Listen, I'd be on board with you, Brendan. We can call Kyle a mushed-mouthed dope if you want. But you did sue him, so don't say you did nothing to him. But no, why did Unique start? It's not because you bullied him. It's because you're a public figure who is mockable, like anyone else.
Yeah, I don't get his obsession with me. I've never met the dude. Never did anything to him. It's strange. What? And then he puts, if he was just nice to me, I'd help him out. He clearly can produce content. He can make a real living not being a hater if he wanted to.
I mean, one of the all-time great lies. What an absolute lie. If he was nice to me, which, Brendan, you're fucking 40. Grow up. If he was nice to me, I'd help him out. No, you wouldn't. you would hire this guy, you would give him a job, a brand new life, if he was nice to you? First of all, that's a crazy way to do business. You'd be bankrupt if you hired everyone that was ever nice to you. It's fucking insane, Brendan. Don't behave like that. It's silly. But also, if Unique was like, you know what? You know what, Mr. Schaub, I rethought things. You're actually really funny and good at comedy. You'd go, oh, hired. You're hired, Kyle. Come on, move out to LA with me. Or Austin now, whatever. I
New
really
voice
like
unlocked.
Austin, Brendan.
Hey! Add that to the fucking list. That's a great voice. I like that. All right. Here we go. Now the fighter and the kid. Ted?
Oh yes. So that's all we really have on Brendan. Although Brendan is present, I'm sure he will come up in this because he's not particularly supportive of his friend here. Bryan Callen got booked on Amy Poehler's podcast.
Ooh.
You might be saying, well, that's pretty big. Amy Poehler's podcast is taking off this year. It's on a rocket ship. Good for Bryan. And you look at the caliber of guests Amy has. Mike Geary, is sitting here in Massachusetts saying, Bryan Callen doesn't seem to live up to the caliber of guests Amy Poehler's get. But hey, you know what? Good for him. But even I stop and question it for a moment. Bryan dove in head first, said, well, this seems right to me. And let's hear about getting booked on Amy's podcast.
First one is number one comment.
Okay.
No.
Hey, pal, sandals again.
You know, I don't
same
like
podcast,
yeah.
same sandals.
Oh, hold on. It took me a second because I was like, well, that's not part of this Amy thing. I forgot. This is what Brendan said is the number one comment that he gets. So I was wrong. We are talking about Brendan immediately. Of all the comments that Brendan gets, we mentioned Gringo Poppy and his other special, You'd Be Surprised, and the PF Chang's, the Fighter and the Kid subreddit. All the comments he gets, this is numero uno. This is the top.
Pal, sandals again.
You know, I don't
same
like,
podcast,
yeah,
same sandals.
My friend said you're wearing a nice shirt with jeans and sandals. It's just not right. But I always figured that people can't see my feet, but they kind of can.
That's
on this
probably the
podcast.
number one comment I get in my DMs making fun of you about your sandals.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, that's hilarious.
Definitely. Top of the charts. Hey, Brendan, love everything you do. Just wanted to mention Bryan Callen sandals. Just stopping by to compliment you and make fun of Callen sandals. Yeah, that's number one.
That producer has blocked almost every word possible. The only word coming through is sandals now.
Meanwhile, he's DMing a stranger going, why isn't Unique nice to me?
Next one up is obviously Gays and Ghosts.
Oh, interesting. Okay, let's hear about oh, boy, I really set up that Amy Poehler thing too early. We are shitting on Schaub for a while. I forgot.
We're sitting down talking to him, and he's like, he's exactly who you would think is a ghost tour guide. Like, he looks normal, everything like that. And we're talking, and he goes, yeah, you know, my partner hates this stuff. Now, whenever someone says partner, it's, you know, I assume gay. No one, like, I would never call Joanna my
Whoa, hold on. It sounds like we're in store for some early 2000s hilarity. This is going to be like an episode of Frasier where Brendan's going to assume the guy is gay and he isn't. Or does the story go nowhere? Folks, lock in your answers and let's find out.
Partner.
Correct.
As soon as someone uses the term partner, in my mind, I'm like, probably gay. Sure. Which all good. That's their lingo. All good.
Very gay area.
So he goes, my partner's not into this stuff. And he goes, and starts going about how he married this dude. And I just go, man, I'm not, at this point we got to know each other. I go, I'm not trying to offend you in any facet. I said, I can't believe you're gay, dude. He goes, I get that all the time, man. I'm like, yeah, I was like, maybe the gay people I know, it's just they're very flamboyant. I'm like, you don't give off any of that
year
energy.
is it? Is this the episode of Will and Grace? What the fuck is this, Brendan?
His wrist was too strong, I said. You can't be gay.
Oh, but you like sports. What? You be gay? What?
But you have leather on. You can't be gay.
Like, yeah, I get that.
What fucking year is Brendan living in? And by the way, his son, he's like, So the guy says his partner. Now I assume gay. And in fact, he was gay. What was all that setup where he's like, now when I hear partner, my mind goes right to gay. So anyways, he's talking to his husband. What is that setup? What a weird way. And he's in this like 1990s, like accepting of gay, but don't fucking touch me, bro. That's all I'm asking. It's this weird year he's living in, like where I don't know what makes this an interesting story.
It's the first year he was punched really hard in the brain. That's where he's stuck.
Maybe.
Brendan is clueless no matter the year.
Maybe.
A lot.
Actually, no, Brendan's not that old. That's the other thing. He grew up in a world where being gay was pretty much accepted.
We go about the tour. Next morning, he's like, I'm going to take you to the best breakfast spot in New Orleans. It's kind of near your hotel. It's about a 20-minute walk. I'm like, say less. So me and Joanna are walking, 7 in the morning, walking.
How's the weather? A little hot?
It's great. No, it's great. Yeah, not humid. Dude, we're walking. I start seeing all these gay pride flags. I'm like, oh, we're in the gay district. He takes this place called Who Dat. It was in the gay district. The server that comes out, it's just, you would love him. Just a beautiful twink, full of a plate full of bacon. Hey, this is what you're thinking. And then his partner showed up, and it's me and a bunch of gay dudes.
You're delicious.
This entire story, it was set up as there was going to be a hilarious mishap. Where I hear partner and I think he's gay, so I say, oh, this must be your boyfriend, and it turns out it's his business partner. Like, that's how the story was set up. And now we are just hearing Brendan go, I was around some gay gentlemen the other day. like he's at the zoo. Like he's looking, he's like, you should have seen him. It was crazy.
We ate some bacon. It was fantastic.
Good day. I didn't get any vibes because Joanna's putting off some mama bear energy, but I didn't get any action.
They didn't try and fuck me. In the daylight, they didn't pin me down and rape me. Would you believe it?
I thought there was going to be a Shawshank situation, but no, that's all good.
Action there.
It turns out they're humans just like you and me, Bryan.
Yeah, the sisters were nice.
You in a little bit.
I think so.
Big guy. Jesus.
Big guy.
Probably got a big hammer on him.
Big guy. Oh, and I was telling Joanna, I said, listen, New Orleans haunted as shit. The thing you got to worry about is the crime. Like, it's #1 most dangerous city in America.
That's exactly right.
I was like, so fuck the ghost. Like, my head's on a swivel. I'm stressed out the whole time when we're walking.
The teenagers with guns.
Hold on. Did Brendan just say? He's like, now listen, we're in a dangerous part of town. So dangerous, in fact, I decided to say, fuck the ghosts. That's not even my top concern. I don't care how haunted this neighborhood is. I'm more concerned about the actual crime happening.
I told my lady, don't worry about the ghosts. No, I see it in your eyes.
By the way, I wouldn't say I'm like a well-traveled man, but is that usually like there's a bunch of like gay pride flags and like openly gay bars and everything, and also like the worst part of town? Is that usually how that goes?
Those
like a
do not go
completely
together.
gentrified area and the hood on the same street?
Although it would solve a lot of problems. Both sides. It'd be cleaner, safer.
Yeah. So I just liked Brendan being like, oh my God, if you could believe I was able to stomach it, I was around gays. And then I was in a part of town that was even scarier than little goblins running around.
Gays and ghosts. That was appropriately titled.
Yes. So I like Brendan taking us through a little thing. But where are we going next? I'm sorry. I think this is the main
now we're on the polar terrain.
Okay, so remember the whole setup I did before? We'll apply that to now, and let's hear it rip.
I was a victim of some crime. Did I tell you this?
Some boomer crime?
Well, I was
so obviously
I'm
they talked about it before the show. Yeah. Why would that be Brendan's guess? Why on earth? Your buddy tells you I was a victim of a crime, and it's like, oh, well, there must have been a misunderstanding because you're old. Way to sell it, Brendan.
Good tag, bro.
Do Amy Poehler's podcast. I tell you about that? No. So I was supposed to do Amy Poehler's podcast
in LA.
Yeah, her assistant reached out, and she was like, "Hey, we'd love to have you on Story time with Amy.
Yeah.
Poehler,
Is a big podcast,
Yeah,
right?
big podcast.
Yeah,
Amy
what happened?
Poehler, and I know
when
Amy
I heard
from
this, I was
back-
going to reach out to Greg Poehler and be like, it's got to be pretty easy to get on this show. Like, if they're booking Bryan Callen, I was a little surprised by that. But it turns out all was for naught.
back in the day. I
Sure,
love
sure
Amy.
you do. No, a lot of people that
I love
promise
Amy.
you
I've known
things.
Amy for many years. I haven't talked to her in a long time, but I love her.
Been busy.
I've been busy.
She's been busy.
She's been busy being super successful. I've been busy.
She's busy counting money. You're busy
doing what I'm doing. So she.
Jesus Christ, Bryan. Keep your chin up, buddy. We razz you, but I don't want you to be depressed. She's busy being super successful. I'm busy, doing this. Sitting here.
Next to you.
Sitting here with Brendan Schaub. Both busy people. Me and Amy Poehler. A couple of busy bees, the two of us.
Anyway, more about my slippers.
All right. Well, here's how I got scammed. All right. Well, back to it. All right. I'll lift my spirits. I'll get back to it.
But it's cool because I know her and we've always had a great rapport.
Yeah, it's not though.
So her assistant reached out and
What a dickhead.
And,
Brendan is
what?
eviscerating this story.
Yeah, that was so rude.
For some reason, so he obviously knows what happened. And he is no-selling it. Go back. I want to hear that again. Where he is just like, yeah, fucking, that's not what happened, though. You were shut to see Amy Poehler, but I bet something bad happens. Let him tell the story, you jackass. Listen, you're not one of the great comedians, and that's fine. But you've been in comedy for a decade. You've never heard of yes-anding? It's crazy what you're doing here, Brendan. Fucking submarining this story is a wild instinct. Because at the end of the day, like, Callen's getting clowned for this. It's an interesting story. The fact that he got scammed going on Amy Poehler's podcast, I'd like to hear about it. If Brendan wasn't going, so you're an old idiot, I guess. So you fucking, no, it's cool. You're an old moron who's on Amy Poehler's podcast. Let me get there, Brendan. Let me tell it.
It's called foreshadowing, Papa.
Yes. Go back just a little bit. I want to hear this.
Been busy.
I've been busy.
She's been busy.
She's been busy being super successful. I've been busy.
She's busy counting money. You're busy
doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So she, but it's cool because I know her and we've always had a great rapport.
Yeah, it's not though.
So her assistant reached out and so we talk. They give me a list of questions and all that. We go through it, and then I have to do you have to do because we're gonna actually. I found out it was gonna be a Zoom first because she does it, so you'll have somebody comes on the internet and then talks about the person there, and I was like, it's a surprise. It was probably like a friend of mine, so I was like, okay, great. So they have to make sure that your camera is all and that. And I was on my phone. They goes, well, we want to do it on a laptop. Maybe wants to do it on a laptop, not on a phone. I'm like, oh, okay. So I schedule that, and I get on. Now I'm on, and now I got to do it through Facebook Live. With and I don't know how to do any of that. So he's got me on Facebook, and I'm like, Jesus.
Bryan,
and I'm doing this thing.
Bryan. You've been podcasting for many years, and I'll give the Fighter and the Kid credit. Early to podcasting. That's why, it had such success early on. They were pretty early. Pioneers of the podcasting world, you could call these two. For better or worse, they were there pretty early on. When have you ever heard of a process like this? No red flags went up at any point where you were like, huh? I have to go on. I almost think that this is a fake story. Because first of all, you have a relation. He's like, oh, I know Amy Poehler. You didn't have any connection with her on this. There was no way this could have been easier. I'm not even saying text her and be like, hey, I'm going to be on your podcast. But you would think the booking process would be a little easier if you know her. You're on Facebook. When have you ever heard of anything like that? You've been doing podcasts for a decade and a half. When have you heard of logging into Facebook for any reason? Unless fucking young Jamie is pulling up a Facebook post, why is Facebook involved in this process?
And he's like, okay, do you see it? I'm like, I don't see anything. And he goes, let's screen share so I can help you with this. So now I'm screen sharing with the guy as he's trying to configure my Facebook thing so I can get to a point where I'm there. And then I'm 20 minutes in as I'm clicking everything. I'm like, and he's going, okay, so this is really good, and just make this. It's no problem. Like, I'm going to help you with this one. Now click this. Yeah, that's great. And all of a sudden I go, wait, so when are we doing the podcast? He goes, this Friday. We'll reach out to you. And I go,
oh, this was just a test run.
I go, oh, this Friday. Okay. All right. And he goes, yeah. I go, how are we going to do that? So is Amy, okay, so I'm going to do the same thing as, yes. I said, where are you located? He goes, I'm in Los Angeles. I said, where in Los Angeles? He goes, you want my address? And I was like, no.
The area.
And again, first of all, did you watch any clips of Amy's podcast? They're always in person. And if you said, where are you located out of, this guy would have told you where the studio was. I actually don't believe, people are like clowning Callen for being an idiot. I actually don't believe this story. I think he made it up, and this might be a stretch. I might be completely talking out of my ass here. I think he made it up in hopes that this gets him booked on Amy Poehler's podcast.
That's hilarious.
I'm not joking. That's what I believe. And kind of genius if he did think of that. But, I don't think it's going to work necessarily. But I think that's what's happening, is that he made up a story because listen to how he reacts. Like, he gave out all his personal information, and he's like, oh, that sucks. But listen to it.
I tried that with Jay Oakerson, too. Didn't work. Goddamn.
Yeah. I was like, okay. And I just, anyway, so we configured the thing, and I'm, okay, Friday.
It was a test run.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Rehearsal.
Yeah, and I'm waiting. My producer for my podcast, I did it after I was done with my podcast. And my producer calls me and goes, hey, do you know that Amy Poehler podcast? Do you know it's a scam?
No.
Brendan, you heard the story already, obviously. You said, what was it, a boomer problem? Oh, you were a victim of boomer crime? Why would you? What if you got fucking mugged? What if the story was that Bryan was pinned down and raped, and you were like, oh, a boomer crime? Like, obviously, you knew the story. Why are you reacting like this?
Baba, because they've been scamming people. I was waiting to do the podcast, and it never happened. And I'm like, hey, I'm waiting. Like, what do I do? I was all nervous.
Dude, I'm so grateful for you. I've always wanted to meet somebody who got scammed by those podcasts.
And
because there was a Fire and a Kid one, there's a Rogan one.
When I say I got scammed so hard, I gave them all my information. I had to call a cybersecurity expert.
No, he didn't. The more I'm listening to this, and maybe just because I put it out there, the more I'm listening to it, the more I'm convincing myself what information. Bryan's a professional podcaster. Say what you want about the guy. Say he's not funny. To take all that out of it. Bryan's been podcasting for longer than almost anyone on the planet. What personal information did you give this guy with an accent that you never met before? That didn't happen. There's no way he's that dumb. I don't believe this story.
You're right. It's bullshit.
And we put a segment up a few months ago. Bryan is known to make up stories. Remember that? I think it might have been Craig on, but I don't know if you remember, Casey. We listened to Bryan tell a story where, like, he's walking the streets of Austin and some famous performer gets off stage and tells him what a big fan he is of Bryan. And it's like, none of that makes sense. He was on stage and he saw you walking 6th Street? What venue is that? Doesn't make any sense. And all the audience is left there with their mouth agape. Like, what's going on? Bryan Callen must be here somewhere. So Callen's made up stories before. I think this is made up. I haven't heard a lot of people saying that. So maybe I'm way off. I usually don't trust myself when I'm the only one saying something. But this does not sound believable to me.
I think what's sadder is you're right. And if you're at a place as a content creator where you need to make fun of yourself and have Brendan Schaub laugh and point at you, that is a dark place to be.
Yeah.
So
a dude who really knows his shit, who was like, oh yeah, and he saw what they did, and he goes, so the good news is, I think that these guys were just trying to get access to your to your followers so they can spam and do a lot of stuff. But they wanted access. They sell access.
Did you change all your passwords?
Dude, he went on the dark web. They have all my passwords. They have all my fucking everything.
You changed everything, right?
I changed everything. But I was like, I was like, how do they know that? He goes, hey, they sell all this stuff. You're just not. It's not like you're.
See
that
what I mean?
like,
There's not an ounce of like he's bummed about it or worried. He's just like, oh yeah, it was ultimately no big deal. You know, like they stole all my passwords and it's all fine. There's no stress tied to this or anything.
Ain't
just
got
not
no money
real.
or nothing. It's all good.
It's not real. They would have stolen everything, bro. If they had everything, we would have seen evidence of that. If they had every password of his fucking banking, his social media, there would have been some evidence of this.
Savings
Now,
accounts are
I
overrated.
will hold on. To be fair, I have not looked. I just realized that this was a lie in my mind. So I didn't look at Bryan's Twitter or anything. I don't know if like he got hacked or whatever. I haven't heard that, and he doesn't say it here. He doesn't say like, "Oh, they took over my Twitter. It was crazy." But to be totally fair, I did not check that.
Mike, our free chat of the day, we pick one of those every day, from Andrew Faulkner. It was Bobby Lee.
Maybe. Finally, revenge.
Actor,
Yes. You know what? I don't know if it was Bobby Lee, but it was definitely the Tiger Belly subreddit. You should call
Yes,
and
it
threaten them, Bryan.
You know, but just know that you anything you have is available out there.
Well, especially if you do that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, they got, but I got, dude. I even texted Amy and I was like, I DM'd Amy. I was like, hey, I'm supposed to do your podcast. I'm waiting, but nothing's going on here.
Did she say anything?
No, I didn't hear. She probably didn't.
Yeah, that's now you're.
He didn't do that.
Yeah.
And on what platform? What social media does Amy Poehler have? I haven't seen her use any social media. Does he mean her show Instagram account or something? I don't know Amy Poehler to be big on social media. Maybe I'm crazy, but
He picked someone that's not on social media, so they can't refute any of this nonsense.
Can you just DM Amy Poehler? I doubt it.
I'm in the back room, Amy. She's like, what? I'm shopping. Who are you? What is this?
Didn't get my.
She had no clue.
She didn't. Red flags is the next one.
Well, I pointed out some red flags earlier, and Brendan and I are both sleuths. We look at this stuff and we say, hey, wait a second.
He's Quincying, Brendan.
Yeah,
Well,
yes, hold on a second here. I think there might be more to this story. He is Quincying.
Get Brendan Schaub in a Quincy show stat. An hour-long drama where he's fucking the smart guy on the show.
It's great.
Oh, my God.
I love
I'm
it.
watching.
Knew your special came out. You're probably doing some PR.
Exactly.
So they timed
but
it
the
up.
way they did it was so good.
It's not.
Gave
though.
me like all the questions.
These scammers are big
like,
Bryan Callen fans. They're like, oh, this special is so good. We got to get a taste of this.
You know, Amy, can't wait to talk to you. They know somehow that I know her. They do their research. And it made sense. I was like, of course she'd have an assistant reach out to me.
Research that. Does Bryan Callen know Amy Poehler? Yes.
They play the Kevin
Google
Bacon
AI
game.
comes up. Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, Bryan Callen does know Amy Poehler.
But so you were on your phone. He goes, "I need you on a laptop," and he said, "I need you on FaceTime." That was the red flag.
He needs me on my laptop, and he was trying to tell me how to do it, and I
But he
couldn't
said,
do
"Open
it.
up FaceTime?"
And he goes, let's. Do you want a screen share? He goes,
Boom.
would you like to screen share because I can help
That's
you?
a red flag.
And now he's got arrows pointing, and
That's
I'm
a red
clicking here,
flag.
I'm clicking here.
Yeah, that's a red flag.
Oh, dude.
Boy, you don't say, Brendan. It is a red flag, and you would think like Bryan Callen's not an elderly woman. What? I'm being booked on the Amy Poehler. I'm on Parks and Recreation. I'll be right there. It's ridiculous.
But now at least we get to see compassionate Brendan.
Okay, so this might be the other thing that tells you it's bullshit, because like, is Brendan this much of a fucking narcissist that he just dismisses his friend when he's had all his information stolen?
So I sent it to my cybersecurity guys, and they go, "Oh, dude, he's Russian. Those are Russians. They got you,
dude, Bubba."
Yeah.
Did he show his face, Brian, or not?
No, of course.
They got into my Meta Business Suite.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, dude, you got hustled.
I got hustled.
Damn.
And I was all bummed out too. I was like, "Oh, I got blown off," and it was like, "No, you didn't get blown off."
Hey, you're never going on there, dude.
Like he's like, you're never going on there. Like, you should have known Amy Poehler wouldn't book you. So either this is a fake story or Brendan Schaub is an asshole of a friend. Like Amy Poehler. You're not Amy Poehler material.
That's fucking
The
hilarious.
guy had his fucking life stolen, if this is a true story, and that's Brendan's reaction. I question it. So I don't know. It doesn't seem believable to me.
We got the final clip here. Callen's son.
Well, this is they move off Amy Poehler because like, this is such a big thing in his life, but it takes up 10 minutes or so, and they move on because it's very real. And this is a story he tells about his son, like the pressure that these two are putting on their kids to create generational wealth. But Brendan Schaub thinks like Tiger Schaub is going to be Ken Griffey Jr. Like this kid, he's got it, and he's 9 years old playing baseball. And Brendan has already said, like if Tiger Schaub isn't a major leaguer, he's basically a failure. Well,
no pressure.
We've got Ken Griffey Jr. and Eddie Murphy, the boys of these two. B and Bappa have spawned some pretty amazing offspring.
Some people just have a thing, They just, my son, my 14-year-old son, great, much to my great delight. That kid is such a natural comic. It's so crazy. And he just has an instinct for it. He said the most inappropriate thing. We were at a friend of mine's, this people, their house, and Finn was going to go fishing with their son. The son's a little younger. And the kid said, I forgot, I don't have bait. So what are we going to use for bait? And Finn went,
use your wiener.
It's so
Hold on.
inappropriate.
We can hear what a great comic Brendan is. I will give Callen this. The kid is better reference pool than Brendan Schaub. Brendan goes, so they're looking for bait for a fishing pole. And Brendan goes, I got it. I already know it. You don't got to tell this guy. I'm a comedian after all. He said, use your wiener. Callen's like, what? No. Why would I tell that story? Why would I tell that story? Why would I? By the way, that's Brendan's guess after Callen said, this kid has got it. He's a natural comedian. He said he called him a natural comedian with great instincts. And Brendan goes, I bet I know. He made a joke about his wiener, didn't he? This, believe me. Believe you me, just like Carlin himself.
Goes, you have a dog? And the lady of the house, the adult, goes, yeah. And he goes, mince it. But he held it because she thought he was a psycho. He just held it like this and
mince it.
I was like, Finn. And he's sophisticated enough to know that that was a horrific thing to say. But obviously he's joking. But the way he did it with the timing.
Or he might be a psychopath. You might want to get him into therapy. He might be deranged.
Comedian or murderer? Either way, he's going places.
I was like,
and they just held it.
And he goes like this. He goes, mince it. And then we're standing like that, and I know to hold. And he looks at me and he goes, I was like, "You're fucking good, dude. You're good." He goes, "Do you want to catch fish?
What do you want me to do?" The first time on this podcast, Brendan had the correct reaction. That's funny. Oh, that's what your kid did. But Brendan is also guilty of this. The instinct of parents to come on a podcast and be like, "My kid." No. I know you all have kids. You all got kids. Big whoop. You all got kids. I got the best kid. And my kid said the funniest thing. I guess you had to be there. By the way, I'm sure in the room, the kid saying mince it, I'm sure that was funny. I'm sure like, ha. But it is not worth bringing onto a podcast in order to get the message across that your son is going to be the next big thing in comedy. Nate Bargatze, enjoy your run while it lasts, because Callen Jr. is coming for you, my friend.
Yeah, that information is not even worth a phone call. I don't know where you'd hear that, but it's not on a podcast.
That's a great point, because that's not pointed out enough, because so much bullshit is said on podcasts. If someone called you and said, I got to tell you something. We were at a friend's house. They were looking for bait. They were going fishing. They said, we got any bait? and my kid held up the family dog and said, "Mince it." I go, "Who is this? How'd you get this phone number? Leave me alone."
I was like, "You're fucking good, dude. You're good." He goes, "Do you want to catch fish? I mean, what do you want me to do? What do you want to say?" You know, and that's an instinct that he has. You can't teach.
You can't teach that. You know, you really can't. He's just a genius. What a genius boy. These two, like, it took me a while because I was like, at first I was like, Brendan talking about his kids' baseball. I was like, he's a proud dad. Who gives a fuck? So maybe I've been brainwashed by the likes of Podcast Cringe and others, but I've gotten to the point where I'm like, guys, stop overhyping your kids. It's going to be terrible for them. Like, you can't. If you're the son of Bryan, Callen, and Brendan Schaub, you can't have that much pressure to live up to that name. Like I mentioned Ken Griffey Jr., whose dad was also in the major leagues. That's enough pressure. Like, he had a real career. You can't be a laughing stock on the internet and also put pressure on your kids to be great. Like, that's crazy.
I can't wait, though, until the kids are doing the TF-ATK. It's going to be a generational show, like a generational starship.
Obviously, they're both so talented.
Space.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have one super chat here, and then we'll get to the toe.
Let's hear it.
Electra, you with us? She may have fallen asleep. Blue
That's
Stroll.
a ringing endorsement of the show. Yeah, but hey, you know what? I got nothing bad to say about that. That's
also
you two are the tops. That's
I'm
great.
here.
We were up till 3 in the morning.
You heard me saying great things about you then.
We celebrate championships out here, Mike. We're sleepy.
I understand.
All right, she's there.
Blue Stroll, 1999. Late with the comment, but I'm enjoying Bill's tough guy. Can't wait till I see some people in person act. Will he
Hold me
engage in a
back.
tough conversation or call Club Soda Kenny? Or maybe do both, flip a coin.
Why I oughta.
I think the best move for him now would be go on and talk to Kumia. That would be a good move for him.
Yes.
That's like
I
get it
will
out
say,
there.
like, he's in our world, yes, he's big enough that doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Star Wars money. I get you. Disney
he's
money.
so big that it would have to be kind of a different platform. But yeah, if he's trying to appease us, then absolutely, I'd love to see him on Kumia's show.
Were you
WABC.
Were you affected at all yesterday by the ABC ESPN shutdown on YouTube TV, Mike?
I don't believe I was. No.
No, it was hell on earth. But anyway, speaking of hell on earth, toe time.
Oh, hell, what do you mean, Kate? That's ridiculous. Aaron Imholt, as I predicted, time of his life. Oh, did this guy just come back from a pretty sweet deal? He just got 8 days, folks, of R&R. That's rest and relaxation. He just got to come out bright-eyed and bushy-tailed because jail was a breeze. And I can hear the comments already. I'm sure they're seething in the comments already. I'm not going to not on my watch, because I'm not going to listen to people get angry. All these people get so angry at Aaron. I'm saying, Aaron, tell us about your vacation. That's what I want to hear about.
Mike, hold on 1 second. I'm not seeing you on the screen right now, so give me one. I know. Hold on. There you are. For some reason, you popped off, so I got you
Where did I
back and
go?
we're ready. I don't know. That was weird.
The way Casey does things, it's always so like he's missing me. Like Electra's gone for a time. I'm gone. We're floating through space.
I'm dealing with a lot of tech today. That is true. But
perfect job, buddy.
Thank you.
You handled
Thank
that
you so
masterfully.
Mikey's back. He's back.
Let's hear about his vacay. It's exciting.
Man, shit, I'm back from my bid upstate. I did a bid, you know. What it is, dude? What it do? The 15th Street Crips, you know what I'm saying? I represent, I hold it down. You know what I mean? I was going to say, you know what I'm saying, but that's not how we talk. I got to
be honest. So first of all, shout out to Stalin 19 for clipping all this. If you hear any bleeps, Stalin 19 just edits the F word out. So that's why. But shout out to Stalin 19 because usually I pull from the full episodes of Aaron. I didn't have the stomach to do it this time. I said, let's see what Stalin 19 gets. Good enough, because when I heard this, where he's like, oh, shit, man, I was like, I can't do a full. Even at triple speed, I can't do a full 4 hours.
Not doing it. Nope.
I was going to say, you know what I'm saying, but that's not how we talk.
Mm-hmm.
I got
it's we now.
Me and the brothers. I just want to let everyone know before we get into anything, you are looking at the Cell Block B East 2-1-2 basketball champion. They say that when you go on the inside that you're supposed to learn something, from the I learned a lot.
What did you learn?
One thing I learned, I can still ball. I can still ball. Hey, let me tell you something.
Yeah, when you play against a bunch of guys that are in there for DWIs, you might move a little.
I was the only white guy on the court, my man. I was also about 4 or 5 inches taller than everyone. That helped.
All right, Larry Bird.
Oh, that's what they called me.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
I'm sure they said, you remind me of one of the great NBA legends of all time, Larry Bird. And by the way, Larry Bird, who was a forward. That's not. I'm 5 inches taller than everyone. They called me Larry Bird, notoriously the tallest man in league history. That doesn't quite make sense, but I guess because he's white, Aaron is saying that they called him Larry Bird. Now I got a message for all these people, like my buddy Carl and that bastard Moody, who I'm sure is seething in New Zealand right now, and Patrick Melton and Tukey and all these losers, these jealous losers. I heard all of them say, guaranteed, Aaron's going to come back from jail humbled. He's going to come back from jail with having learned a lot of lessons, and he's going to be a changed man, and there's no way he's going to tell us how great he was. And I'm here to say, how's the humble pie taste, idiots? You were all wrong. He came back, and he had the time. Who could have predicted that Aaron would spin this as yet another win for the toe? I mean, that wasn't on anybody's list. No one could have foreseen that. Oddly enough, I'm the only one that ever sees anything in this Dabbleverse, or whatever you want to call it. I'm the only one that can make accurate predictions. It takes a real man to realize, no, you idiot, you fools. I think Aaron's going to come back having had an awesome time. No one else said it but me. Feel free to give me credit, because none of those fucking morons looked at this and said, I think Aaron's going to make an ass of himself by having learned nothing and telling us how great it was. It was just me saying that, and I'm here to say I was right.
He's more Detlef Schrempf than Larry Bird. I'd say.
Yeah. Yes.
New perspective. Here it is.
Oh, well, you know what? Maybe I'll have to backpedal. He's got a new perspective. Let's hear about it, Aaron. What did you learn?
So I was reading the paper every day, and I'm like, holy shit, I get a lot more information reading the paper than going on all these internet sites, because the internet sites are all people's opinion.
Stop saying internet sites. Internets. Aaron, you're not that much older than me. You're not fucking 80. These newfangled internet sites. Internet sites.
Bulletin boards? Is that what they're called?
Which internet sites are you getting your news from? NewYorkTimes.com and NewYorkPost.com? And what internet sites are you talking about, you jackass? These internet sites have all kinds of misinformation. Unlike, by the way, Aaron's a Republican and does like a right-wing talk show. And he's like, you know what has a lot of information? Mainstream print media. You know who's terrific? As a right-winger, I think the New York Times does a lot of great stuff. A lot of accurate information in there.
You know, Mike, the internet's just a series of tubes. It is.
in clickbait
By the way,
and all that.
You fucking idiot. You do a news show on the internet. Stop shit-talking it. I'm trying to help you. I am seething now, Aaron, because I'm trying to help you. You do an internet news show. Stop being like, you know what's a big waste of time is news on the internet.
Him and Whitney. We hate the internet. Let me just hit upload. There we go. Day done.
If you go listen to our Whitney segment, a lot of similarities between what they're saying. like different but similar reasons. It's just people convincing you they're correct about life. People desperate to let you know that their way of doing things is right and that nothing is wrong in their world.
Now, Whitney and Steel Toe need to do a show. The Hoe and the Toe. Let's get it going.
I think Whitney that would be a great move for Whitney. So much more likable if she did a show with Aaron.
Yeah, she would be.
Whereas these newspaper articles are just full of information. One thing I will say, being
Why is he
in
talking
jail,
like that? Internet sites and newspaper articles. Just say the articles. I don't know why I'm getting hung up on that. These newspaper articles have a tremendous amount of information.
Yeah. When you're away from the internet for 8 days, you go back to old-timey. You're like 1920s again, you know?
The one thing I will say about a newspaper as opposed to the internet has a finite amount of space where they can only cram in whatever information they can get into the little box. Whereas the newspaper can go on and on forever about whatever topic your mind's eye can dream of.
Right. Also, you can't make a shank out of the internet, which is nice.
Sorry. By the way, people complain, I know I stop the clips too much. He enrages me. I'm seething. He riles me up. I have to react sometimes. But go back a little bit. I want to give it proper context. Please go back.
Gotcha. Yeah, we need time to cope, people. Please, thank you.
That's right. Yeah, this is all coping, and that doesn't happen, instantly.
internet sites, because the internet sites are all people's opinion and clickbait and all that, whereas these newspaper articles are just
columns.
Yes. Movie reviews are just, the time and where
just
the movie's
fact.
at. No review.
Just facts.
full of information. One thing I will say, being in jail, is that we need to get rid of phones. We need to get rid of instant access to the internet. It's such a better life. I will say something. Being away from my phone,
internet,
I know I have the
idiot.
tablet device for movies and shit. That's not really a phone. It's like a
How would we
jitterbug.
watch this show?
It's so funny, though. The people that are being mercilessly mocked on the internet somehow want to get rid of the internet. It's just so weird.
All right, Aaron, I've smashed my phone. What's the next step? Wait, Aaron, where'd you go?
That's a terrible plan. Part one of a plan.
Aaron, I don't remember what step 2 was.
All right, first blind yourself. Now, walk.
I mean, it's a flip phone. It's not a flip phone, but it's kind of that function.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of those phones, man. You're like, the way people communicated in jail versus the way people communicate online, they are far more well-behaved in jail. Look, I kind of dropped a lot of my politics in there, too. I'm not like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, Trump rule.
I dropped a lot of things. Soap, politics.
So it sounds like we're the prisoners. Oh, God.
He's free. We're in the cage.
I want to go to jail. Aaron, how do I get to jail? It sounds glorious. I'm just an animal on the outside. How do I get in?
Look, I kind of dropped a lot of my politics in there, too. I'm not like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, Trump rules and Trump this and Trump that. I don't really care.
Hey, man.
He's
Whatever. Hey, brother, it's all nonsense to me. I don't care. The left wing says this, right wing says that. I'm just here living, baby. And that's what the newspaper taught me. There's no politics in the newspaper, that's for sure. I dropped my politics in there. I just picked up the New York Times, and I said, let's stop getting so political.
Who's this guy, Bill Kristol? I'm sure it's just facts.
Now, this guy, he knows how to... And by the way, Aaron, who's like this Republican, libertarian type, whatever the fuck he is, he's saying, I want people to step in and say, let's get rid of phones. Instead of saying, how about we all control ourselves? How about we get to a place where we can have the phone in our pocket and it doesn't ruin our lives as individuals?
Up next, Aaron was the Belle de Ball.
He certainly was. Oh, is that Aaron Imholt? What a glorious entrance he's made. They give him a backless dress to spin in.
The spotlight hits him from above.
Oh, were people excited in jail the week that Aaron came? This was great. Finally uplifting these otherwise downtrodden men. Which I'm going to warn you, folks. It gets a little confusing. Jail, best place on earth. People in jail, miserable, if not for Aaron Imholt. So he had to show them how great jail was. Guys, jail's fun. Come on, we're doing it wrong.
Bob Hope of the prison yard.
Yeah.
And then one guy is there. We're both standing at the desk where the CO is. Mm-hmm. And the COs are great. Like, they bullshit with everybody. They're fun. I liked all those guys. One of them was really wanted to talk to me about like small town Minnesota while I was playing solitaire. And like I was trying to give him the golf vibe, but he's in charge. So I didn't.
Can I live my life? Can't I go anywhere in peace? This guy, this son of a bitch was like, Aaron, come on. What's the hubbub about Minnesota news? You're the only source for it. And I said, pal, pick up a newspaper. Because I can't help you. You don't go to an internet personality for news talk. Pick up that scrap of paper over there. Because that's where the news is.
I was just like, nice. No, they did give me 2 nicknames. We were on our way to indoor rec. We were on our way to basketball. And one of them goes, hey, yo, man, I got a deal for you. I go, what? He goes, you get to pick.
Hey, Jive Turkey.
Pick.
What it is, soul brother? Aaron was in jail with the crows from, what was it, The Lion King or whatever movie that was? The Disney movie with the racist crows. That's who Aaron was in jail with.
I want you to pick your name. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, dude, I got 2 ideas for like a nickname for you. I want you to pick one. I go, okay. And
next one is called Names.
Okay, so guy in prison walks up. He says, what it be, son? What's cracking in the streets, my dude? And he says, listen, and this is jail now, keep in mind. So this guy is like, I'm going to give you a nickname. Obviously, it's not going to be insulting, and I'm going to let you choose. That's how we do it here in the clink, bro. That's how we do. That's how we do back here. We do what it do. We let you pick your name, and we think you really cool. And that's how this natural conversation in jail happened with Aaron.
And so everybody's in there, and the guy goes, yo, what would you rather be called? Dwight? And I'm like, oh, I'm like, here. They thought, by the way, they were brilliant for the Dwight thing. I'm like, that is great, but like for 20 years, I've been getting Dwight.
Fellas, you're going to need to work on your comedy chops. You've got a professional in the building. Sorry to tell you, boys, there's an entertainer here. Oh, snap, son. We didn't realize how funny you was.
Cut me some...
damn.
Chump don't want no help. Chump don't get no help.
Oh, you too funny for the streets, Mr. Imholt. They call him Mr. Imholt because they have such respect for him, obviously, such reverence. But yeah, you know how it is with guys in jail. They're like, all right, you don't like Dwight. You don't like the first thing that came to my mind. Let's come up with something else for you, something that most suits you. You know, my dude? Yo, Aaron, what would make you feel better? I give you a nickname. I want you to feel good about it. Know what I'm saying?
I'm amazed they didn't call him Dracula with that hairline, honestly.
Well, that's another option, but the boys, now that might hurt his feelings. We want to be, listen, we want to be, just because we're prisoners doesn't mean we're animals. We have to think of his feelings here. What would we want to be called, you know?
Mm-hmm. No. Or radio. And I go,
radio's not bad.
Well, I asked him, I go, why radio? Like, I asked him, I'm like, the retarded Cuba Gooding Jr. He goes,
yes.
No, because CO said, like, you got to.
Nah, dog. We wouldn't insult you like that. We got too much respect for you. It just happens to be the first thing you would think of when we calling you radio. The only other person in human history referred to as radio was the retard in the Cuba Gooding Jr. movie, man. But that ain't what we doing here. We enlightened. We just calling you radio because we respect you so much. By the way, I hate that I have to do this Aaron voice now, but he's given me no choice. I'm sorry.
The urban baggy monster. We're almost there, too.
Yo, Aaron, what if you promote your PayPal in here?
I get them ducats.
Get that paper.
Yeah, that's right. Yo, Aaron, scoop up them commissaries. You'll be making us all laugh. We owe you. Aaron, you've put on a good show today. You can't do that for free, dog.
What if he walked around and he's
I'm
like,
the beggy. Call me B Monster.
I need 10 top ramens by noon. I'm just letting every prisoner know. Donate.
A radio show. So, like, there were like 4 employees during my time there.
Sorry. I want to hear that. I want to hear this reasonable prisoner go, no, I'm sorry if I insulted you, dog. No, don't take it that way, Aaron. I ain't trying to insult you. I don't want your feelings to be hurt. It's a term of endearment. You hear me, Aaron? It's because I respect you so much, I be calling you radio. This is by the way, this is a very nuanced guy for having this voice that Aaron has given him.
Mm-hmm. Also a fan of Cuba's early work, apparently, or later work, actually.
No, not at all. Never seen it.
Oh, never
He doesn't know there's a movie radio. He just thought, what's the most respectful thing to call this guy? And if it happens to be a character who's mentally challenged, then so be it.
I'm calling bullshit on this story. I think this story is just a way for him to mention radio.
Casey,
so
you don't have the keen eye that I do. I think you're a little off, but
I go,
radio's not bad.
Well, I asked him, I go, why radio? Like, I asked him, I'm like, the retarded Cuba Gooding Jr. He goes, no, because CO said, like, you got a radio show. So, like, there were like 4.
Everybody's been talking about it. Everybody's been talking about how good your radio show is. It's all the buzz. It's the word on the street, Aaron. The streets be saying, this dude's got a radio show. Let's call him radio.
CO also says you eat cum. Is that true?
But like, really dope way. He said Nick Rekieta's the cuck. Is that true, Aaron? He said you used April up and you didn't even want to no more. That's what CO said. That be true, Aaron?
CO, that's a great
employees during my time there that were Steel Toe viewers, followers, listeners, whatever you want to call it. And they would advertise it. At least 3 out of the 4.
They give you extra mashed potatoes.
They'd advertise.
They'd promote.
They'd say, prisoners, if I can have your attention, please. We're going to let you out to go to the mess hall soon. And before we do that, I want to let you know, not this week, obviously, but if any of you are freed next week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. local time, you can hear the Steel Toe Morning Show. That's Steel Toe Morning Show on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, and Twitch. So go to all platforms, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and don't forget to contribute. The lights don't stay on for free, God knows. So Streamlabs, PayPal, YouTube, Rumble Rants, and whatever the fuck. It's been so long. We haven't talked about the goal in a while. That's what's sad.
Forever. I imagine he gathered everyone up and he's like, guys, let's talk about what being a moderator is. Now, when I get out of here, I'm going to give you all jobs.
Well, he wants to have them on. I forget if we hear that or not, but he does want to have some of the prisoners on. Yo, Aaron, you taught us so much. I suspect that's not going to happen, unfortunately. I suspect B Monster will not be on the program.
Not be at his house in his basement? Probably not. Too famous.
Yeah. Oh, this has to be tough, And it makes your heart bleed for the likes of, I don't know, Diddy or R. Kelly, where you're like, how do they survive in there? And, Aaron had to go through the same thing.
And as I'm walking up the stairs to go back to my cell for something, the employee fixing the toilet, who had been sent in to repair it, makes eye contact with me. And in my head, I'm going, no, don't.
No.
Don't.
I live and breathe. If it isn't the host of the greatest morning show ever, up there with Anthony Cumia and Bubba the Love Sponge. Well. You thought you could get out of here without signing an autograph? Nice try, Imholt.
Can I have some of your poop since I'm fixing this toilet? That's famous turd.
And he looks at me, he goes, hey, man, love the show. I'm like, oh. I'm walking up to my jail cell, and the technician...
I've been suicidal every morning because I don't have it on my drive to work.
I thought I
just love you so much, Aaron.
I thought I was just coming to plunge stinky, jail people saying, then the CO told me the radio guy's here.
I heard, by the way, maybe Moody, someone on This Little Piggy, I forget. They said, do you know what kind of a star you have to be on radio to be recognizable?
Chance Howard Stern wouldn't be recognized in prison.
And I get, listen, the world has changed. I get with the internet, but like, you have to have such an impact that not only do people listen to you every morning, they're interested in looking you up.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron, all over this jail, which I assume is a relatively small jail. It's St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Yeah.
And
he
can't escape people being like, Aaron, over here. Aaron, please. A little FaceTime, Mr. Imholt.
Well, I mean, you must deal with this being a local celebrity in that tiny little town you're in, right? You walk around, people throwing up against the wall for pictures.
Non-stop. I'm like, God, I'm trying to eat breakfast here. Please. Enough.
Fixing the shitter is like, hey, man, I love your show. I'm like, we can do this at the grocery store. I'd rather we didn't do this.
You know what? Like, I'm glad he loves the show.
Yeah.
I actually have one of those. I would have loved it more if he'd been like, hey, dude, another win for the toe. And then just kind of left it there.
So then one of the ladies running
he was too respectful for that. He wanted me to go about my business. He understood. But he just respectfully, everyone was so respectful of Aaron's time while he was in jail, too. That's interesting.
Really
Door
is.
Rec said, oh, my God, it's you. You're the steel toe guy. And I said,
what's wrong with him?
Let me hear that again.
Like, what is your ego?
Oh my God. It's you. And by the way, they know the Steel Toe morning show, but they don't know his name is Aaron. You know what I mean? Like they're respectful to the name of the program.
It's like the NFL Shield, Mike. You know the brand.
Right. The brand is so recognizable.
Yeah.
But you're like, hey, you're the Steel Toe guy. What's your name again? He's the only one on the show.
No, bend down. Let me see that hairline. Nope, that's him. It's him. It's him.
I went for the toe. And then just kind of left it there.
so then one of the ladies running Indoor Rec said, oh, my God, it's you. You're the steel toe guy. And I said, yep.
Are you
So
here
then
to
everyone-
dominate everyone in basketball? No, ma'am. I'm just trying to get through my sentence, please. Please, I don't want any special treatment.
Just a normal man that was really happy that a naked lady sent a picture to me. Just really happy about it. Now I'm here.
Man, by the way, I hope Aaron doesn't hear this and misunderstand. I just think it's awesome that all this happened to him in jail. I think it's really cool that all of this really happened. That's neat.
And the fun thing, Mike, is maybe a year or two of keeping his nose clean, or he gets to go back. That's the fun part.
Aaron, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you might want to throw a misstep in so you can go back to see your pals.
Anytime, yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Who stops at red lights, Aaron? Just keep going. Have a little drink on your way.
Everyone's around there. And they're like, you get all these convicts now going, yo, man, you got to put me on your show. Or, yo, man, you know what you got to do? Go on your show, talk about how corrupt this person in Stearns County is and how they me over.
Hey, dog.
And I'm like, guys.
Hey, dog, you got to keep using your platform for good, the way you've been doing.
Johnny Crutch is watching his job go up in flames right now. Like, no.
Hey, man, keep speaking truth to power.
Guys, I'm trying to behave myself. I'm trying to, straight and narrow the whole thing. And
That's
he's
going to
like,
be tough for a shock jock like you. You always get into trouble. You always in the mischief, Aaron.
They did give me the funny horn that I could play for the morning zoo when I wake up in the morning at the jail. It was fun. Guys, wake up. It's time for the show.
yo, can I come on your show? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I like you, but I'm doing my show from my house, and I'd rather.
Hey, man, if it helped.
Wait, what? Aaron learned so much about how great all these people are, and then he's like, I don't want you fucking near me, but...
No. I'm a gay for the stay, but just nice. Nice for the stay, and then I don't care about you.
Damn. I was starting to think, Aaron really learned something about his time. Now I wonder if he's just bullshitting us. That can't be.
Mm-hmm. Well, Mikey's like you, unlike me. He is a leader of men.
That's right. He is a fearless leader, and he rallied this ragtag group of prisoners. to finally unite. I mean, this is like a fucking CBS movie or something. This is crazy that he thinks we're going to believe this.
He literally he did the longest yard. He went to jail and he got the football team together.
Yes.
He beat the rival football team.
With him, with his leadership, they united to take down the guards.
I am Burt Reynolds of this.
My role is like a facilitator of shit to do kind of worked out really well in there because guys didn't really do much. They'd hang out in the day room or even at indoor rec. They didn't.
I wish someone would come in here and inspire me. I found myself lacking purpose. Oh, man, I've been lackadaisical here in prison or jail, whatever this is. Man, I can't do nothing to motivate myself. I hope a white man comes in and injects some life into this place. Well, son, you're in luck.
Who wants to hear about Rumble Rants? Everyone gather around.
I didn't do a lot. And then when I got in there, I'd be like, hey, who wants to play cribbage? And I taught a couple people how to play cribbage, so I was sick
no
of
one's ever
cribbage
asked
by
me
the
that
time-
before. I love cribbage.
If you're playing cribbage, there's a cribbage
Dude,
board.
I'd be nice at cribbage. I just wish anyone would ever ask me to play.
$100, he said, this place is my new crib as a joke while he was playing cribbage. Just to the black men.
I was done, but I had people to play with. When we would be shooting around, I'd be like, hey, guys, let's start a game of 21. Or, oh, you and I versus these
Come on,
two
boys.
guys. And this and that. Like,
Yes, let's get out there. Come on. Hustle up.
Could I get the Crips over here and the Bloods at noon? We're going to do some Crips.
Come on, fellas. Crips on this side, Bloods over there. You know how we do this.
18th Street, could you get us some coffee? Thank you.
You've hung out with me before. Like, I can't sit still. And I'm like, let's go play some bags or let's go do this or let's go. And that was a lot.
I wish I could control it. It's just
appreciated-
in me to lead men. Like, I just can't. Some people twiddle their thumbs or pick their nails. I inspire others to greatness. That's what I do.
role in there was like facilitating shit to do.
They actually hired him. He now works at this prison.
Hey, yo, Aaron. I know you got a lot to do because you entertaining the masses and all. But would you mind coming back to inspire us on a weekly basis?
Can you bring that sweet, inspiring butt cheeks back to us?
What the hell is going on out there? I'm under attack.
I'm scared for you now. I'm
Can you hear that?
I hear a little like boom, boom.
It's madness.
Yeah. Well, whatever's happening, it's going to be amazing looking, I'm sure.
Let's hurry up. Well, we got to hurry up and get through these clips because God knows what's happening.
All right, now we're changing the system, Mike.
Oh, man, Aaron, just like you do on your show, you're speaking truth to power, just the way you always taught us.
I hung out with white guys, hung out with black guys, right? But like when I hung out with the black
It's like
guys,
Ed Norton in American History X. Hey, you fellas ain't so bad after all.
Wouldn't it be amazing if he took his shirt off right now and there's a giant fucking swastika on his chest? That'd be amazing.
Oh, like it was a lot of fun because being the white guy in with black guys, it's very easy to crack them up and make black people laugh. All you have to do is be yourself. Just be white.
I mean, that
Just
is
be
if you're
a-
hilarious, of course. If you're a comedic genius, be yourself. It's harder for the rest of us, Aaron.
He was really the Matt Rife of the place. He was doing
I think he doesn't
crowd work.
realize he's like, yeah, they're laughing at me, not with me. But he's like, he's spinning it to this like, oh, I had them in stitches.
Hey, what's
I
your
was
name?
beloved.
Where are you from? What are you in here for?
Be a white.
Aaron's like Kramer at the end of Seinfeld. He's doing fucking crowd work.
dad who mows the lawn in New Balances, and they think it's the funniest thing in the world. Thank you very much. And David with $5 says you should volunteer at the jail.
Yes.
Do something to help those men who need it. I had
Oh,
an
Aaron, I don't
attorney
want to
tell
be
me-
greedy. What did we do to be so lucky?
Hey, you know when I bent over and you felt up there? Is that job available? Can I test men?
recently, and they actually sent me a link to an online course and said, it's not too late in your life. People think that it's too late to do certain things. He goes, I strongly encourage you because I think you'd be good at it to take
need
online to get your
Juris Doctorate online.
What is with these?
He says it'll take about 3-4 years. But
isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy when you hear Stuttering John be like, I'm gonna be a lawyer, and then you hear him like, you know what I think I should do? Become a lawyer. It's like it is like there's a script for lolcows.
Yeah. Like you're like so much against you that the only way to fight is I must take the battle on myself.
I'm gonna become. Which by the he's just never gonna do this. It's never gonna come up again. I'm putting the system on trial.
It was honestly the greatest thing about that was Anthony immediately like putting money up and saying, "All right, let's go. I got you."
The other interesting similarity is that John and Aaron both talk politics, and they talk about this broken system we have in America, and yet both of them, their egos are big enough to individually be like, "But I could change everything. Put me in there, and I'm going to turn this system on its ear."
Yeah, that's a certain type of narcissism. I wish I had. Life must be on easy mode when you're like that narcissistic.
I always say that I do admire their confidence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's something, it's misguided in some way, but like it is admirable as someone that lacks that entirely. It is admirable in a way.
Yeah, you need to surfacely hate yourself. That's how you do it. This way is weird.
Let's finish this up because there's madness happening in my house. I don't know what's
Here's
going
a couple
on. I'm under
links to
attack.
Some good, respected programs and get them online. And I was thinking about doing that at some point here because I saw a lot of those guys, and I'm like, these guys need help. And it's like,
what's
you
a
can
Juris Doctorate?
That's what you need to. It's your law degree, and then you take the bar exam and shit like that.
Idiots.
Oh, to be like a lawyer and shit.
Yeah, and I would like to do some.
Johnny Crutch is like, wait, certainly that's not what it means.
Yeah. You might as well be talking about an astronaut to Johnny Crutches. What do you mean?
Oh, no, I should have expected this. You're 40 and now going to become a lawyer.
Yeah.
When you have zero background because you went to prison, you went to jail. So you should become a lawyer now. That's how it works.
Yeah. Become a CEO. It's less 6 months at a time, and you hang out with your buddies in there.
Yes. It's like saying I'd be the world's greatest chef because I'm fat. Like I could just pick up a frying pan tomorrow, and is that Wolfgang Puck? My God, he does such masterful things.
All right, the Brendan Schaub as a investigator is a good show, but Aaron as a CO in a jail is a good show too. Aaron the CO. He does his show for the inmates every day.
Well, we know every episode would have a happy ending. That's very nice.
Heyo.
Like I would like to keep doing the show.
Well, yeah, you got it.
Oh, but like have that and do like public defender type work.
Okay.
For guys that
they always go for like John too. Like I'm gonna do the cheapest. I'm gonna become a lawyer and then get paid the least amount. What about your personality suggests that?
Well, because they're so noble. They're not going to be crooked lawyers that stiff people and steal money and take advantage. No, they're going to be heroes. Why wouldn't they be?
Take the downtrodden.
Like people I knew on the inside for a week.
Your Honor, can we all agree, like, Mikey doesn't deserve this?
I want to be Mikey's lawyer. Like, honestly, there's two guys in there that made me go, I do want to be a lawyer. I do. Because, like, you can talk a bunch of shit about how the system's all wrong and how these people are this and that. And it's great to just talk that shit and then walk away. But, like, put some skin in the game. So I did think about volunteering. And then also... when a lawyer told me,
here's your prize for thinking about.
That's the Louis C.K. is a bit where he's
great
like,
joke. It's perfect. I love that.
I pat myself. I thought about giving a veteran my seat, and I was like, "Wow, what a great guy I am." I didn't do it. I just thought about it. That's what Aaron's doing right now. Like, how great is this thought that I had? How amazing am I for that thought? All right, I gotta get.
Not told me, but encouraged me to do that. I was like,
all right, yeah, we got. Do you want to end it now? Do you want to already?
Well, we'll finish this clip and we'll wrap it up.
All right, yeah, we got it. That sex swing's getting installed. Like we got to make sure that gets installed right.
Like maybe it's something to think about. But I would like to help those guys out because nobody pushes back. Like our prosecutorial system is evil. It's really, really bad. It's sociopathic. It's unfeeling. There's no empathy. There's no nothing. These are just bad people who are out for their own statistics. They're out to look at the back of their rookie card to see what they can shop to other law firms. They don't give a about.
And I want to become one of them.
And
you're
people,
gonna
society.
not to become one. You're gonna change the system. He said the system is broken. This thing that is much bigger than any one individual is broken, and I'm gonna join it and work against it and change everything.
Not be
Nothing
corrupted at all by it.
Nothing in you says like, oh, the system would just eat me alive. So, no, I'm going to change everything about it. And by the way, Mikey, your friend Mikey and the other guy in jail, I'm going to guess they had lawyers.
I mean,
You had a lawyer, Aaron. You all had lawyers. You're still in jail.
Man's going to change the system and couldn't keep his wife out of another man's arms in a hot tub.
I like that Aaron now thinks like there should be no... He's like John Lennon. There should be no prisoners. Imagine there's no prisons.
He has had a few Yokos, I'll say. There you go.
Whether or not people get better. These are, I'm not going to say bad people, but they're people who actively participate in an evil system.
All right.
And
Run
he
of
would
his
change
life.
everything.
That's
we can't do that. That's way too long.
Yeah, it's like
we'll
5
go
minutes.
watch anyone else. Aaron lied about running home. It's a big lie. You get the gist. I gotta get out of here. Thanks, everybody.
Mike has a date with the swing. Quick, few super chats here.
Okay,
I'll read them. Electra, if you're there. If not, we'll just pass. All right. Voltaire 325, $5. Eat it all, you Canuck baseball fans. USA #1. Hat looks swell, Mike. That's right.
Thank you, buddy.
Go Dodgers.
Thank you.
We got Flatbush Tommy here for $2. The Cell Block B232 Twister champion. That's nice. I didn't even think of a Twister in jail. That would have been fun.
You really would have.
Voltaire 325, $1.99. Duh, mainstream print media is making a comeback.
Yep.
It is.
That's why I'm putting the vinyls behind me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
Cooley
this
on
is the
AM.
future, baby. Yeah.
AM radio's coming back. It's all coming back. Chris Primer, $2. New York Times is $7 a day. Nobody is buying print media. Is that true? God damn.
Well, that's where you're missing out. That's where all the good information is.
The Sling Sports Day Pass is $6, so you could actually watch a full day of sports as opposed to reading.
That's crazy. It's $7 a day. That's nuts.
That's insane.
That's a crime.
It is. Dang Lizard, €2. Aaron's crime is clearly the phone's fault. Yes, it is. Get rid of them phones, people.
Absolutely.
Flatbush Tommy, another $5. Prisoners were tarring a roof, and Aaron overheard the warden discussing starting a live stream. Aaron offered his assistance. They all got beer. Skull. And that was the day they all felt like free men.
for a brief moment. The sun on our shoulders.
Do you trust your wife, Aaron? No. Hamilton Burger, $2
Sucking
Canadian.
down a bottle of suds.
AA Ron, I'm a Holt. AA Ron, I'm a Holt. That's apparently a song or something. I'm missing the context on that because I'm trying to rush to these to get Mike to the sex swing. Ebne, $4.99.
All right.
I love the Tropic Thunder. Robert Downey Jr. and Billy Crystal's old bluesmen were so kind to Aaron in jail. That's right.
Thank you. That's about right for the impression I was doing.
One of the best you've ever done. Blind Mike, where can people find you?
BlindMike.net is where all my links are. Like I said earlier in the program, Legion of Skanks episode is up for members. Legion of Skanks, the history of the Legion of Skanks on Why Are You Laughing. Check that out now if you're a member, or just wait till Wednesday, and it'll be on YouTube for free and everywhere else you get podcasts. Subscribe. All the links are at blindmike.net. Become a member. We appreciate you guys. And go to hackridestudios.com. What's coming up there?
Tuesdays, we got Unboxing Bigfoot. Wednesday, we got Eric. And Friday, we got Catch 22. And also go to verygoodshow.org. Love Craig.
Yes. Yeah, and if you're a Stern fan, check out those unboxings. Bigfoot and Eric the Actor, or Eric the Midget, where Casey Electra and rising in fame, Luigi Greenberg.
I know how to pick him, Mike. I know how to draft him.
Yeah, that's true. That's a Casey coaching tree. He's ascending up the ranks. Luigi Greenberg, very famous now.
Getting doxxed by John on the daily. We like it.
That's how you know you've made it.
That's right. All right, Mike, have the day you deserve.
Let's get the hell out of here so I can find out what is happening upstairs.
Just a little advice. Lube up on that swing. You don't want to get
I don't know why that became the thing, but all right. Bye,
New title of the show, Sex Swing. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
We have a meme transition. Hey, it's Boogie.
Sappers clear the way, everyone out there. Now, this is very interesting. Now, really, ladies, if you're listening, and men, and everybody in between.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy Bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Put it in the outro.
Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always,
There's no cum on my mic.
rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh?
What kind of statement is that?
I wrote it.
One of my favorite players to cover when he was here was Mike Vrabel. Tell me Mike Vrabel's story.
Whatever, dude. I keep it cool at the gym.
Piss on it.
Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. Fuck you, Mike. All right.
Stop! My belly hurts.
My dad was in the military.
What's that, sir?
Can you please kindly F off, please? If a person is on a bridge threatening to jump, how do we know that he wants help?
Okay, I hope nothing bad happened.
Money, 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 money. Fuck, please.
Anyway, God bless America.
Put it in the outro.